interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
It's Wednesday. It's 6 p.m. It's the ThinkSoJoe Show! And I'm not wearing headphones, which is, like, really weird for me. I always wear headphones, but... Also, Karina's not here, but...
We don't need no stinking headphones.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Joe.
How you
I don't
doing?
know if Nick's turned up. I don't think Nick's turned up.
Oh, which one's Nick?
2 and 3, or 3 and 4.
3 and 4. All right.
Check
There we go.
waffles.
Okay.
Check. Waffles,
And 4.
waffles,
All right.
waffles.
Blue waffles.
Blue waffles, green waffles. I mean, there's something going on down there, and we really don't want
Sure.
to know. So, yeah, there we go.
Ryan Gurnett from The Struggle Is Real, Buffalo Music Podcast, here with us.
Hi, Joe. I actually didn't know this mic was on when I picked it up.
It is.
It is,
It
yes.
wasn't until you picked it up.
Ah.
You gave it the power.
I have that special power.
And,
Mic's on.
of course, Nick from the Nick and Dan Show.
Yeah, I'm part of that, too. It's true.
Mr. Scott Leffler is here as well.
Hello.
And we're expecting more.
We are. Oh, Scott's looking at porn again. God damn it.
What else is new?
God damn it. I mean, we've also got Carl Winslow here as well. Jesus Christ, Joe.
Yeah.
Everybody's always forgetting
Can
me.
we uninvite Carl?
No, absolutely not, Scott. Joe, you have any idea how much I've seen Scott masturbate?
Nick has told me. He's relayed that information to
If
me.
I still had eyeballs, I would have gouged them out by this point. Good
Right.
God.
Yeah. Of course, Carl and I are the stars of the Nick and Dan Show.
Obviously, you guys
Tuesdays
are
on
stars.
YouTube and Thursdays here on All WNY.
And every week, Joe gets drunker and drunker, and Carl keeps drinking our beer, but he's not getting any drunker. That's because I don't have a stomach and it just falls out. I like the taste. Well, there you go. There you go. Ryan, what do you have to say about that?
I'm really confused as to what's happening right now.
I
think the only way I can possibly learn more is by tuning in to all of the wonderful podcasts on allwny.com for more
Yes.
information.
That's a great idea.
It is.
It is.
Now on iOS.
Yes. So I was happy to type that into my my pre-show promo stuff on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you can download us on iOS and Android now. For a while, you couldn't download us on either.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere now.
We are Legion.
Mm-hmm.
When are we going to be available on mini disc?
Mini disc?
Yeah,
Mini
remember
disc.
We've been available on mini disc since '96.
Now, what
fantastic.
about Laserdisc?
Laserdisc. We've been on Laserdisc since was it '87, Joe?
That sounds about right.
That tracks. It tracks. It's
Yeah.
got legs.
Show also available via Projector Show if you want.
Oh yeah,
Yep,
that's
absolutely
for sure.
Just call
Yeah.
us for the slides.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Scott and I both rock those projectors all the time, watching movies and sports, and in Scott's case, I'm sure porn.
You know what? I have watched porn on this once just to prove that it could be done. But it's more cumbersome than it's worth.
I don't really know how to respond to that. Joe, take this one, please.
That's what she said.
Yeah. I have not used mine to watch porn.
I don't
So-
have one, so I just go the traditional route and computer.
I've used mine to play Pong.
That's cool.
That's fun.
Yeah, but not to watch porn.
Now, at least we're not
You're
any of
lost.
these sad fuckers who, watch porn on their phone. Like, how desperate do you need to be to watch porn on your phone? That's like a little 5x5 screen. That's ridiculous.
I have
Well,
no
it would
idea
be
what
life
that
size
is.
for you, wouldn't it?
Speaking of
What's
which,
that?
I'm not.
It would be life size for you, wouldn't it?
I left myself open for that one.
I'm not
really
in
did.
the studio, but I am still getting pictures of men's asses.
Yeah,
there you go.
are.
You guys
Why did I
can
look at that?
Look
you
at
guys can
that.
I'm like, I want to see. Wait,
Why am I still looking?
Scott just looks right up, like right when I said, "Here's some pictures of some male
He
asses."
said
Scott's like, "Yeah."
men's asses, and I was like, oh, wait. No, hold on. It's Wednesday. I'm straight on Wednesdays. What?
Wi-Fi password for me?
It's
Joe,
over.
where's the
It's on the
Wi-Fi?
keyboard here for you, Ryan.
But wow, man,
Right on the keyboard.
I think I'm scarred.
But yes, this is a unique episode of this show.
Now, do we have a plan here, or is
We
it-
don't have a plan.
Okay, so it's like
well,
the Nick and
you know,
Dan
we're
show.
going
Let's
to
go.
plug some upcoming All WNY concerts.
Awesome.
You just announced one too, didn't you, Ryan?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, I did with Exum Priory,
Yes, you did.
and the
huh?
Scarecrow Show,
So excited.
and the Missing Worker, and the Russian White, which is a electronic dark wave band from Pennsylvania.
Interesting.
The Russian what?
The Russian White.
White? Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's all right.
I wasn't sure if you said white or wife.
Oh, okay.
Russian Wife, I was excited.
Ooh, I actually like Russian Wife as a better band.
Weird.
I was excited. Russian White, it's like, all right.
Yeah.
All right, now you should write them right now and let them know to change their names. You've got time
sure.
to change it on the flyer.
I'll let
We're
you know
actually-
that all of us agree to it. Which is
We're
really
actually
the
playing
important
The
part.
Missing Worker later on the show because we have them coming up this Sunday at Stamps. We had such a good time at Stamps on Friday, didn't we, Nick?
Yeah, we did. There were so many yellow balloons.
Was there something going on with bananas or
It
some
was-
sort of yellow things?
It got
happening?
saucy.
It did get saucy.
I follow you and Karina on Facebook, and I think I only saw about 4 mentions a day, so I'm still not completely
Not
sure
entirely
what
sure
this
what
whole
was
thing is
going on.
about.
No.
And
Yeah.
we're still posting. It's no longer Sauce Month. Now it's Sauce-tember.
We definitely had the promotion for that show, though.
Oh, that was, for sure. Just anything bananas related was going up. It was a fun show. We had Don Roth opened up for us. He was
God, he was hilarious.
he was great. He was Yellow Sauce, and then
Yeah.
Janie Crash and the Yellow Sauce Men.
Yep, they were there too.
XM Sauce we had.
And then there was this yellow sauce tribute that played at the end of the night.
Yeah.
They were really
You know
good.
what? They sounded pretty legit. Like, I honestly
Yeah.
thought it was the real deal.
You know, I mean, they really did a great job of capturing that which is yellow sauce. So, I mean, they did a great job. I was really impressed with them and their take on it.
He's like speed sending the male asses now.
It sounds like he's had them queued up for a while.
He
Yeah.
might have.
He's
I think he might have
I feel
saw
like there's
the.
a lot of
he's
research.
bursting at the seams with male
Scott's
asses.
up again.
Yeah, like there's a lot of research that goes into that. I feel like I'd be afraid to see his search history on his internet browser.
Hey, Mark, men have fronts, too. I'm just saying.
No,
Man.
let's not get into the habit of.
You can send those
Please
directly to Mr. Scott Leffler, but
Please
then again
send-
they'll pop up on the computer that's right next to me. So
Please send all of those care of Scott Leffler, 1625 Buffalo Avenue, Niagara Falls, New York.
yeah, we had a heck of a time on Friday, and we're going back on Sunday with The Missing Worker, Settlement, and Mindy Davy, a special afternoon show. It's 5 p.m. Doors open, $5. It's gonna be a fun night.
Nice.
Mindy Davy is excellent.
By that point in the night, the Bills will have already lost,
Yes, correct.
and
Joe's also a psychic.
So the game's at, or the show's at 105?
might as well be. And I'm sure if you ask nicely, they'll put the afternoon game on for you at the bar.
Yeah, I bet they will.
Even though you should be, in the room where the stage is watching the bands.
You really should
yeah.
be, but we can't force people out.
You can
here.
multitask.
You
can do
can.
both. You can
Well,
be entertained and be made sad at the same time. It's
I
possible.
was sitting at the bar at Stamps with XM Priory when the Bills made the playoffs last season.
Yes, you were. I
Yep.
remember that guy at the end of the bar was very excited.
Very excited.
Oh, you guys should have seen me. I was flipping out.
So was this guy, but I'm sure he was far more inebriated than you were at that point. Like, I understood the word Bills, and I kind of picked up half of playoffs, but it kind of garbled out at the end. But
Guy
in
was
context, I knew what he was talking about.
that guy was drunk as fuck and yelling, "The Bills are in the fucking playoffs!"
Yeah, that was something.
If you guys look online, there's actually an article about how the fall of the 90s Buffalo Bills was one of the things that almost kind of triggered some of Timothy McVeigh's anger and resentment.
Really?
Boom,
He
triggered.
was- so I didn't read. I unfortunately didn't get to read the whole article. I saw that half the football stuff was wrong and incorrect.
So wait,
And I'm like,
just to understand this, Scott Norwood is now being blamed for Oklahoma City.
Yep.
That's harsh.
oh, I don't think it didn't say that McVay blamed Norwood. He may have been a reasonable Bills fan, which I don't know if those
words
exist
are
anymore.
mutually exclusive.
Yeah. We're all
I know.
we're all hopers and dreamers.
No,
Well, I mean,
thought it was a
you-
little
you
that he
can-
blame the line personally. I thought he blamed the line. I mean, I could be wrong.
Well, you can blame O.J. Simpson for the Kardashians. So
That's actually true. Fuck you, OJ, for that one.
and that's a result of the Bills failing to win a game and getting the first overall draft pick and picking O.J. Simpson. So you can thank the Buffalo Bills for that.
There you go. So yeah, because of the Buffalo Bills,
But,
we have the Kardashians.
Well,
People get too upset over anything football related. Like, by the way, guys, did you know Colin Kaepernick is the face of Nike now?
I don't care.
I think it's great because Nike's been paying Kaepernick all along. They've been paying him for years.
Mhm.
And now they're like, okay, well, this guy who we're already paying to do work is... And now people are, cutting their Nike logos off their shorts.
I saw
No,
that.
no,
It's
no.
like-
No. My favorite yesterday was the dude that lit his Nikes on fire while wearing them.
Oh, jeez. What an idiot.
Wow.
Was the video of, like, did you actually see him burn his feet off? Because I would watch that.
No, but there were photos of the after.
Oh, I want to see that.
This guy's actually wearing pants.
You can see.
Where are the pants?
Showing these.
You can.
Why do you keep looking?
You can rate an ass while it's still in pants. I mean, you're less accurate.
Well, it's
but,
more like
Wait,
underwear.
we're
It's like
rating these?
see-through.
Oh yeah, that's how this works.
I mean,
Welcome to the ThinkSoJoe Show.
Yeah,
He gets
you
fucked.
haven't been on
We
in a
talk
while,
about
Nick.
I mean, what? Like that last one. What, are we going on a scale like 1 to 10, 1 to 20?
Yeah, usually.
Yes, typically it was a 1 to 10. At least when I've been on the show. It's
Sure.
1 to
Can I
10.
just point out, you're accusing me of watching gay porn. Meanwhile, this is Joe's show.
Yeah.
Joe's show is just a stream of him getting naked pictures of men.
Oh, I'm
Pretty much.
figuring this out
That's a
and,
good description.
Those two things
It's
don't have to
not
be like
by choice.
mutually
It just-
exclusive, though. You could both be. Never mind.
It's not by choice. It just happens.
I feel
Usually
we
there's a
shouldn't
girl
poke
on the
I feel
show.
like we shouldn't poke at this anymore.
No,
We need to,
no.
Ryan.
No, I'm okay.
Okay, yeah, me too.
Next topic.
Moving on.
Yeah, so anyway. So, yes, this Sunday, Stamps, that's what we were talking about before we went off on a football-related tangent.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am aware that the All WNY Radio show is on TuneIn, Lady Laura Moore, on Twitter.
What does turns in, Precious? What does turn in? Oh, God, Gollum is here. Holy shit.
If you've got one of these here smart devices, you just tell it to play All WNY Radio, and it'll play it through TuneIn. Or if, for whatever reason, you don't have our app, which, you know, before last Friday, I could understand if you were like an iOS user and didn't have our app.
Yes.
You could get TuneIn, and you could play the show, play the live broadcasts there, and the podcasts and everything.
Oh, so here's just a little snippet from that article.
Sure.
I'm not saying that Timothy McVeigh bombed Oklahoma City in 1995 because the Buffalo Bills lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. Such a claim would be absurd. Human motives are incalculably complex, but that Buffalo heartbreak was one of the many shadows that fell across McVeigh's life between his unstable childhood and his preparation of mass murder.
All right.
Wow.
Who's the douchebag that wrote this?
This is from Politico.
It's got a name on it.
Let's see.
Give me the name of the douchebag.
He wants you to read him the
because
byline.
honestly, that's some horrible fucking reporting.
Yeah, no, like the article.
Like that's bad journalism.
Like, that's like rom-com writing right there.
Like, his name is Sam Anderson. It's called How Football Fed Timothy McVeigh's Despair. And at least what I read in the beginning, he talked about how the Bills defeated teams in big cities like Dallas, which goes exactly against them winning the Super Bowls because Dallas kicked our ass twice. And then he referred to the Washington Redskins as America's team, which... What?
No, that's
the Cowboys.
That's never been true.
I'm going to need to see the math for that one.
I got to that point.
Particularly back then.
But no,
Right.
it's absurd. It really is.
Yikes. I mean, the title of that article, it doesn't even like roll off the tongue. That's awful. Like, awful. Completely awful.
Mm-hmm.
It is a long article too. Holy cow.
Yeah, that's fake news.
That's bad.
Oh no.
Well, I mean,
absolutely.
I'm all for anything that blames the Buffalo Bills for national tragedies like the Kardashians.
Well, ones that they legitimately like.
All
yeah,
right.
I'm okay with that.
That one works. That definitely
Sure.
works directly. Oh, man.
Let's
Yikes.
talk about something else. This is depressing.
talk-
So I want to talk about the all WNY shows we're doing, including the one with Exum Priory at Rude Boys Artwork.
Yes.
Because I want to let everyone know they are all ages. We have found an all-ages venue
Nice.
where we can put on rock shows.
That's
and
pretty
I am
cool.
super excited about that.
Good to know, because
So-
our stamp shows are still 21 plus. So,
Everywhere is almost 21 plus.
so don't show up Sunday like, hey, I'm 18. You gotta let me in. Nope, ain't happening.
I think the only other place that does under 21 is the Evening Star, and that's still 18 and over, so there's still a restriction.
Mohawk will do 18 and over, but
That's right, I forgot about that. But yeah, it's tough finding any place to do under 21. I mean, I get it, like the Liquor Authority, man. I know they really cracked down over the
Yeah.
past couple of years on the fees you gotta pay and everything for that type of stuff. So I mean, I get it, but it still sucks.
No, keep an eye out for Rude Boys Artworks. I'm going to be booking there. I've got 3 shows going there starting October 12th.
Now, where is it located exactly?
It is at 418 West Ferry.
Okay.
If you know West Ferry at all, it's right. There's a Lenova almost right across the street from it.
Pizza.
There's a traffic circle nearby, and I think Massachusetts is one of the streets that comes in there. So it's right around, just a little outside of Allentown. Maybe like for me, I always go there from Nietzsche's. It's like 3 to 5 minutes from Nietzsche's.
Okay.
So it's
that
pretty
ain't
close.
bad at all. Okay.
So, no, it's a nice place. It's got 2 rooms and a roof, and we might be able to put music in all those places.
Nice.
So there's a lot of
Music
potential.
on the roof sounds cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Nice.
That's a next summer kind of thing, but I'm hoping we can do that. So,
Sure.
yeah,
Right.
all ages venue. So, find me at The Struggle Is Real or Ryan Gurnett on Facebook. If you're in a band and you're looking to do some all ages gigs, you want to get out for the kids, or if you are a kid. Like, I'm trying to find high school bands to play some of these shows. Like, I want to get
cool.
I really, like, I remember being young and playing places like Showplace Theater, but, like, now,
Yeah.
like, I don't know where kids go to watch music.
I just
Like,
had to turn down Nuclear Winter for a show because they're all 17 and.
VFW posts.
I'll talk to them.
Oh yeah.
Cadilly Post, baby. What?
Yeah, I've played a few of those.
Yeah. It's so grimy, but so much fun at the same time.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't even mind booking one of those.
I mean, that'd be cool. That'd be pretty cool.
A little
indeed.
throwback to
Right.
back in the day when I was still playing music.
Yeah, right. It's been a while, buddy.
It has been. It has been.
Do you still own your guitars and amplifiers?
I still do. Yes.
So why aren't you in a band?
I just haven't decided to be in a band. I don't think I'm good enough to be in a band, so I just.
Dude,
I'm a
there's
hobbyist.
Nick, and he's in a band.
I was like, dude, I'm
is
in a
true.
band. It's working out just fine.
This
Joe,
is true.
I've seen things. Horrible, horrible things. No matter what happens, you have the self-awareness where you're already better than like 20% of the musicians in Buffalo.
I mean, he's got that.
He is
I mean,
not
that's
wrong.
I mean, you know what, though? I don't want to hate. You're not hating, though. I mean, you're right. I mean, we're talking about, like, lack of talent, but...
Well, no,
I mean...
I'm not even talking lack of talent. Like, when Lady of the Tiger was auditioning people, we had a guitarist come, and he auditioned with his back to us.
Oh,
And you
that's
had these
weird.
people showing up, and they're like, I've been a guitarist for 30 years. And then you're like, can you play like a C#7? And they're like, what's that? And it's like, you've been playing for a while. Like, we sent them the music ahead of time. They knew what they were getting into. And they still show up, and like, one guy only played with the jazz beat and told us one of our songs was trash and wouldn't even audition on it.
Oh, that's...
Like,
To be fair, I can't play a C#7.
I mean, I've been in bands
You're-
since 95, but I don't know... Like, I understand the basic notes, but... Like, when somebody goes, I need you to play a G7 diminished, I look at them like, what did you just call me, motherfucker?
yeah, that's why I'm a bass player.
Ah,
Right.
The way Dennis Reed writes music, it's like the first chord is a B flat major ninth, and that's followed by a C sharp minor fifth with a diminished ninth, and I'm just like, dude, what's the root note? And he's like, it's B flat and then C sharp. It's like, good, that's all I'm a bass player. I'll figure it out from there.
I do own 2 basses, so I can play bass. I can do that.
I have a
Joe,
2-string
Joe,
bass
I
in the
will be in a
corner.
Joe, I'll be in a band with you.
Guys, for those that aren't here, I'm bearing witness to something amazing right now that's being born in front of me. It's a little slimy. It's about to start crying, but this is amazing.
This this could happen.
Good.
Sure.
I wholly
Punk
support
pop
this.
songs, we don't need to know shit. Just
They're going to be strictly a Britney Spears tribute act.
sure, why not?
I like it.
Ooh. What's the name of it then?
Oh, I mean...
Just oops.
Huh?
Oops.
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 Nice.
I love
I
it.
don't know why that's funny, but that's hilarious.
But it's got to have the ... after. Oops, ... I love it. Good job, Scott.
Yes, there you go. We're
Now it has to be a thing.
It does. I mean, it could be featured on Nick and Dan's It's a Thing. I know we forgot to do it all season, but we can bring it back. It's a thing.
There'll be a 3rd season eventually.
Yes, there will be. Drunker, louder, more irreverent.
So Lady Laura Moore wants you to make a BlackBerry app.
Are those still
Yeah,
a thing?
I will totally do that. I just got to get a TARDIS and go back to 2003.
She also wants to know when Here's the Thing is coming back.
TARDIS might be needed for that too. I don't know.
I'll tell you, I had a BlackBerry. It was like my first smartphone. I love that thing.
Oh, I loved it.
I still miss having that actual
The only
keyboard where
thing I
could
didn't
things.
like about having a BlackBerry is that like an app would come out for like Android and iOS,
Oh,
and then 6 months later, maybe you'd get a BlackBerry version.
Actually, I beat the first 2 Final Fantasy games on BlackBerry.
Nice.
That's the first ever version I beat, and it was both BlackBerry.
Wow, that's really impressive, actually.
I did that at work, and it's like you beat the game, and you're like, yeah, I beat the game, and then you look around, and it's like nobody cares. Nobody knows. Nobody cares.
Like what?
I'm just gonna get back to work now.
Good
Listen,
for
it's
you.
Like beating Star Tropics on Nintendo. Nobody gave a shit. I was always so sad.
I give a shit.
I'm glad I loved that. That was one of my favorite Nintendo games back in the day. The original Star Tropics.
I never played that one.
No, it was. I mean, it's one of the few games that I know where a yo-yo, this regular yo-yo, is a valid and effective weapon.
It also is in Goonies 2 on NES as well.
That's true, but in this one, it was like a main weapon that you just carry with you throughout the game. And even if you powered down to a certain point, that yo-yo would get you through some serious dungeons. It was great.
You know, at this point, I'm gonna go home and be like, listen back to the show. Like, what were those games? So I can plug in my my retro
Oh,
Pi. And
dude.
just,
Hey Joe, look at the screen.
what am I looking at? Mark wants to connect with you. There,
Oh, man,
there you
I
go.
Are we
thought-
So
gonna
now-
see a live butt? Is that how this
No,
works?
that's not how that's gonna work.
I think that we're gonna pretend that didn't happen.
But no, Star Tropics, the original, not the sequel was all right. It was a little more educational though. It dealt with a little bit more of like history, but Star Tropics, the first one, and then Dragon Warrior, the original Dragon Warrior, great RPG, one of the
Yes.
first ones, and that was a pain in the ass to beat too.
That might have been the first video game I ever beat. That's like one of the first 3.
It took me forever to beat that game, but man, it was totally worth it. I felt so accomplished afterwards.
No, number 11 in the series came out yesterday. It's got a 90 on Metacritic. It's supposed to be the best one in the series.
You know
Dragon
what?
Quest 11. I might splurge and just drop the $60 on
Yeah,
it.
so Dragon Warrior, that's an awesome one. Star Tropics, another good one. You know what? I also like the Friday the 13th on the Nintendo platform. It was
terrible.
but it was great if you were tripping acid and it was dark out. You know, it was almost like you were in the movie, but just kind of flat.
So what are games that you've been playing for 30 years and never beat?
Mario.
Are you serious?
I've
Really?
never
Really?
beaten the original Mario Brothers.
Me
I beat
either.
every other one I've played, but not the first one. I never beat Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I can
Okay.
never beat Mike Tyson.
Oh.
That's a tough one. I just played that for the first time not too long ago, honestly.
It's a great game. The Super Nintendo one's really good too.
The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Oh, God.
on Nintendo.
I'm pretty sure that game was impossible.
that game was
I think I beat it
devil.
with a Game Genie.
Yes.
Yeah, I
yes.
think that's the only way you could, because I always got stuck at the part where it's in the overhead, you're in the van, and you're shooting missiles, but I could never find enough missiles. I didn't
Oh yeah,
understand.
I remember that problem.
I'm like, the math doesn't add up here. What am I supposed to do? So I just gave up on it.
For me, it was always the underwater portion.
Oh,
Remember
that,
the swimming
oh,
section?
that was
Dude.
terrible.
I never made it through that alive.
No, that was terrible.
With like the red seaweed, yep,
Yeah.
and it was like poisonous.
terrible.
Of
Oh, it's
course,
a pain
of course,
in the
you're a
ass.
turtle. Everything in the water must poison you. Come on. now.
Apparently, it's,
Right.
apparently they were in Australia, where if it's not you, it's trying to kill you.
I've never gotten through Ghosts
Also
and
true on
Goblins.
the west side of Buffalo.
Ooh,
by the
Ghosts and
way.
Goblins is a tough
that
one.
too.
Yeah,
That is
I've-
a
I've-
legit game to have on that list. That
and
was a tough one.
I've played it with the Game Genie on Infinite Lives. Still couldn't beat the damn thing.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll pick it back up and I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna do it this time. I guess I'm not doing it this time. I need to go to bed eventually.
Ooh, The Legend of Link, Zelda, the second Zelda game. That one I never beat. Probably because I just kind of hated it. It
Yeah,
wasn't
that great.
good.
I actually had a chip in my cartridge and it wouldn't save. So
Oh.
we actually sat down one day and we're like, we're just gonna fucking beat it. And we got all the way to the end. We couldn't beat the final boss, and it was heartbreaking.
Damn.
Another good game, the original Jurassic Park on Nintendo. That was
I don't remember that
was
one.
a tough one, and then I remember Super Nintendo had a version too that was super long, no save feature whatsoever, or even like you know how some games that didn't have save, but you hit a certain point and it would give you like a code. That if you wrote the code down, you'd punch it back in at the open screen and it would bring you back to that point. None of that. So you just had to play this game, and a lot of times my Super Nintendo would overheat because I'd just take me too long.
So your co-host,
Yes.
who's supposed to be here,
He's coming eventually.
just texted me the game of life. He's never beaten the game of life.
Like the board game? Or
I don't know what he meant. I think he meant
as
like
in
actual
literal.
real life.
Yeah, we're all losing at that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're not. We're all part of All WNY.
I'm not rich
And that
and
makes
famous
us
yet.
winners.
Exactly.
My mom tells me I'm a winner.
Yeah. In the game of life, I'm stuck in the level where I live in my parents' basement. I don't know how to beat it.
Well, you see,
I keep trying really hard, but it's just you try all day and then you wake up the next morning and you're still there. It's like you got to start all over again.
I mean, have you rolled your D20 enough times and you got to shoot for the natural 20, man?
I've rolled a D20 enough times. Trust me.
Okay. So just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
So it still hasn't. Have you tried to adjust your stats at all? Like,
I've thought about my daily powers. I've thought about my at will.
Okay.
I think my movement speed is a little too low
Okay.
given my disability. So,
now, what about your Constitution? How is that?
ooh, what does Constitution represent?
I always forget, honestly. It's been a while since I played. Last time I played, D&D 3.5 was still the thing. I think they're on 5 now. So
Yeah.
I'm-
Oh, I don't remember what Constitution is. Joe, do you know what Constitution is?
No.
He's the host. He should probably chime in a little bit.
Right now, this is the Scott, Nick, and Ryan show.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
Gaming, I'm not going to be able to help. Sadly, I'm much more comfortable talking about men's asses.
Okay.
We just learned something today.
by the way,
I'll tell
Mark
you,
says
my,
it's not that scary, Scott.
my intelligence is high and my charisma is high.
I
My
mean, so
strength
that
is
there-
like non-existent.
But that you should be able to talk your way out of the basement, you would think.
Man.
That's a tough one. I mean, is your DM just a dick?
Yes.
There it is.
Yes,
then.
that's the problem.
That's the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to get into a campaign, make sure the DM isn't a dick.
Yes, absolutely. Joe, do you have any D&D experience?
Nope.
Really?
None.
Oh, dude, all WNY D&D.
Oh.
I'd DM that shit. That'd be hilarious.
That'd be awesome. That'd be so awesome.
I know Nixon.
I mean,
Gotta be a pirate
I've got
dwarf.
what Scott's working on right next to me on the screen here. I don't want to give it away, though. That's
I can't
that's
wait
for him
for-
to announce when he's ready.
That's like, I know, it's like super exciting. I see it here, and
I want to see.
I can't wait.
It's going to be entertaining.
Yes.
Good things are happening.
Excellent.
They are.
Yeah.
Tell me something good.
Oh! Tell me that you love me.
I see Karina just shared my Halloween show. My
She's
Halloween
so
show,
nice.
October 26th. We made it October 26th, so nobody has to miss Metallica for it.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be a good punk rock show with Cardboard Homestead, City Powered Radio, Shambles, and from Syracuse, Lucky 33.
Nice.
I haven't heard Shambles, but I know those other three bands, and that is a fantastic
Oh,
lineup.
That does
absolutely.
sound really
I just
good.
started listening to City Powered Radio. They're cool. Like, there isn't, you kind of have certain bands that sound like certain genres within punk, and like City Powered Radio covers like the NoFX part for me.
Sure.
And I like
Ooh,
NoFX.
That's
so.
an interesting.
That is
All
gonna
right,
be-
I like
the
that.
three of you have all been in local bands.
Yep.
Yes.
Who do you sound like the absolute fucking worst question ever?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is, but it's useful though. I get the same pushback when I ask bands about genre, and I'll be like, "Oh, so tell me about your band." They're like, "Oh, it's sludge and guitar and it's grimy," and it's like, okay, but I need a genre. Like just give me a ballpark of like
Right.
what you do.
Don't label me.
Yeah,
You
it's like-
labelist.
Right.
And like
hate
you listen to
that.
the band
I
later.
can use whatever bathroom I want.
You listen to them later, and you're like, "Oh, they're a punk band. Why didn't they just say that?
Right.
Like, why did they give me?"
Well, maybe they don't want to be considered a punk band because they don't say punk things.
Who fucking asked
Oh
them?
my, you're probably right.
Like, you know, when
I'm just
people
shaking
ask,
my head.
I'm always we're fucking rock. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
subgenres like punk rock or it's tough for me. So I say we're rock. There's guitars. It's fucking loud. I curse a little bit. Check it out.
Or like, even a correct answer would just be like, "Well, my influences are."
Sure.
That would
Like,
be-
I'm influenced by this, this, and
Right.
this. At least that starts to get you.
Yeah, that
somewhere.
makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
We went. I was taking an Uber into Stamps the other day, and the guy says, "Oh, what kind of music is this band you're promoting tonight?" Like, well, they'll hate me for
Conceptual.
saying this, but if Tenacious D sang about bananas, that's pretty much sums up Yellow Sauce.
See, they might not like that description, but that tells. I know exactly what you mean right now. Like,
Right.
I know exactly
Right
what
away.
you're talking about.
We've got an image. I've got a sound in my head.
Exactly.
Right away.
I used to be in like this emo band, and we called ourselves the Cars Meet Green Day. And you know what? That paints a clear and easy picture.
I would know what that sounded like.
Any band should be able to describe their sound in like 4 or 5 words. Like you might have a lot of influences, but
Right.
like you should be able to like give that small summary.
I do.
Loud
Before we get
and
into
aggressive rock.
before we get into the first song for the evening, I do want to point out that Music is Art is on Saturday.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
it is. I'll unfortunately be in Rochester playing at the Firehouse Saloon that day.
You
so
bastard.
I'll be out and about at Music is Art pretty much all day. I think Ryan's going to be there for.
I
or
will
as
be
the
there with you.
Canadians say, oot in the boot.
I
For a
will be
good
there
portion,
for
too?
a large portion of the day as well.
All right, we'll be. You'll find us. We'll be the guys handing out flyers to promote the nominations
we're
for the All WNY Awards.
Yeah.
I can pass
right.
those
Open
out.
up
I didn't
on
know about
Saturday.
that. Okay.
You didn't know about that?
I didn't know about the flyers. Cool. No, I'll take
there's a
those.
whole stack of
I'm
them right
probably
on the
gonna be,
desk
if I need to, yes, I caught that.
Cool.
Fuck
So
yeah.
find
No,
us. We'll be there and.
Masculine.
I'll be at. I think I'm going to be hanging out at the Silos all day with Infringement Festival.
right.
We're doing all sorts of crazy stuff in
You
there.
got
So
all sorts of crazy things going on, don't you?
yeah.
We should talk about that more after the song.
We will.
Sure. Let's play a song.
But this song is from a band that's playing Music is Art, and they've asked us to play a song from them to promote Music is Art, and I thought that was a great idea. They'll be on at noon.
I love these guys, by the way. They're one of my favorites.
I have to be up at noon on Saturday.
you have
like,
to be up
you
before
poor
noon.
thing.
before noon. Yes, I have to be at Riverworks.
Cry me a river, bitch.
Dude, I have to be. I think I'm going to be at Riverworks at like 8:30 that morning.
Okay, I don't feel so bad
So-
now. All right, this is Inherent Vice, and this song off their EP Peaks and Valleys is called Atmosphere on All WNY. Think So Joe Show.
When you left with decisions, when you left with a choice to forget what's at stake here, to ignore your voice. There is no right or wrong, there is no guilty plea, that we can break these chains, we can set the mortar free. No, we don't need to start the fire, we can just fan the flame. Because these cities are burning, because it's God we blame. And if you look deep inside, and if you reach down below, in the dark, dark corners of your dark, dark soul, we keep it up.
Back on the ThinkSoJoe Show, All WNY. Yeah. Still,
Here we are.
Well, now it's down to 3 of us. Scott disappeared.
Where'd Scott go?
Scott disappeared.
It smells nicer in here, doesn't it?
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
for
so you
sure.
forgot about me again. Don't
And
forget
Carl,
about
Carl's
Carl
still here.
Winslow. Come on. I mean, do you need me to start talking about erotica or something? Is that what's going to pique your fucking interest? Because you know that's a thing, and I'm very well known in that community.
I mean, tentacle porn has been discussed in this time slot before.
No. This is fucking
I
dynamite.
know,
makes perfect
I know
sense.
it's a different thing. I'm just saying.
It's completely different. It's classy. It's tasteful. I'm currently working on a new hit. I can already tell I'm like literally 3 pages into the first chapter. I know it's going to be a big one. It's called Spread Eagle in the Velociraptor's Nest. I can't wait for all of you to read it. You're going to love it. You're going to cry. You're going to laugh. You might be a little mentally scarred afterwards, but still, it's a hit, and I know it.
I think Mark's about to tap out. He sent me a picture of Flitzer, his bird. He always ends on bird pictures.
All right.
From the sound of things, I think we have enough ass photos to last us till 8, though.
Definitely
You're
enough
probably-
asshole. Yeah.
Actually,
there's been a
we
few.
have ass pictures and we have a projector. I feel like we're failing what we should be doing right
Somebody's
now.
got to climb up on a ladder and plug something in. Well, no, I guess we could cast it to the Roku.
That's why the Roku's plugged into it.
I'm just
Great.
saying, if we want to, if we want to rate these asses, how better to do it than show them in a giant projector screen?
I mean, we're going to have to, we should have like a separate scale as well for like acne count. Because,
Ooh.
I mean, that's a valid thing.
Absolutely.
Like, I've seen a lot of porn where, like, there's a lot of acne going on back there. And it really makes you wonder
I don't know if Karina's listening, but you guys might be giving her ideas to
If they,
put
like,
the projector
properly-
up in
About
the
acne
studio.
porn?
No, to put the projector up in the studio for next week's show.
Right, like, we went way off on a tangent there.
I
Ooh.
have no idea what you're talking about.
I never
The
have
acne
any idea what I'm
content
talking about.
of male asses. That's
Yeah.
That's still a thing, apparently. God damn it. God damn it. Oh,
the wisdom of Mr. Nick Lucido.
that's what we're calling it now.
The
Yes.
wisdom of Mr. Nick Lucido.
That's right.
And you
We're-
can catch more of that wisdom every Thursday on All WNY.
Yes.
Or Tuesdays on YouTube, where you can see me star in the Nick and Dan Show.
I mean, technically, once it's up on YouTube, there's a new episode every Tuesday. Once it's out, it's kind of any time you want, really.
This is true.
But, yeah, that's definitely been going on. We're actually getting close to the end of Season 2 at this point.
I saw myself, I don't remember this happening, but I asked Alexa to introduce you guys this week.
Yeah, and she definitely did.
She did. That was interesting.
It was.
She even she knows, like, it's torment watching your show.
Yeah, I mean, it's not wrong. I mean, if you enjoy watching people get drunk and sit on a casting couch, and
That's pretty much your show, yes.
that's literally it. There's really no other structure other than there's alcohol involved.
I like
I think I may have been your only sober guest this season.
I mean,
I got drunk for the
sober's-
intros, but I was sober for the interview.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Well, that's because we filmed it on the first day when you came in. And you just get progressively drunk as the season goes by.
Sure.
I'm curious to see what's left for the remainder of the season.
Last week I dressed up as Bono. A couple of weeks ago, I thought you and Dan were one-eyed,
Minions.
one-horned, flying purple people
Yeah,
eaters.
they were the Minions.
Minions. Okay, sure.
That's what they are. That's what we're going with. Scott has printouts, guys.
Yes.
They're very official looking.
Mr. Leffler is going to have an assignment for us, I think.
Is there homework involved?
We are having a
Homework.
staff meeting after the
I'm gonna
show,
tell you
and
right
Scott
now-
is putting paperwork on his desk.
I didn't do homework in high school. I'm not going to do it now.
Same here.
No.
I'm
Yeah,
just
both
here
of
for
us went to
pizza.
college.
Nick, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't expect you to contribute anything of value anyway.
Oh, thank God. I'm just here as a warm body. Perfect. I'm really good at that.
You're
Nick,
just the eye candy that made Ryan show up.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
hey.
Neither Nick and
Well-
I, neither Nick or myself did homework in high school, yet we both ended up in college.
I mean, as far as I did get mistaken for Bam Margera today. I don't know why.
Life
but-
goals.
Right, like a guy, I was driving to work, I wanted to stop for a pack of smokes and a coffee, so I stopped at 7-Eleven up on the boulevard, and the guy he's eyeballing me. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, dude, are you Bam Margera? I'm like, no, if I was, I wouldn't be here talking to you.
I haven't seen him in a while. I'm actually going to pull up. Oh, my God.
Oh, he looks terrible nowadays. I'm hoping he was talking about early Bam as opposed to current Bam, because, man.
I'm looking at some older Bam, and, like, man, I can see it. Actually, it's... You've got your nose is bigger.
Yeah, well,
but aside from that, like the hair, like the picture I'm looking at, the hairstyle is like look at this, like hairstyle's the same, facial hair, like you got a bigger beard, but it's in the same design. Like
not far off, yeah.
It's actually closer than I thought it would have been when you first said that.
Right.
Scott is currently replying to YouTube comments on his voiceovers.
Fan mail.
Good.
I always reply to the hate mail. I like whenever I do like for the channel WrestleMania. Because, like, they have a British guy that does their voiceovers, usually. But they'll hire me every once in a great while to fill in. Mm-hmm. And just, where's the other guy? This guy sucks.
See, the problem is, my hate mail, I can't reply online. I have to actually go to court and reply.
Oh, jeez. He's showing me court papers.
Yeah, there's that.
That sounds like a story for off the air. I don't know anything about this.
Ongoing litigation. That sounds like absolutely something we should talk about.
Right.
My lawyers advised against it.
Yeah, okay. So
right.
That's interesting. All right. I did not know you were in a legal battle.
Yeah, what else is new? I'm beginning to think that my name is actually William S. Leffler, defendant.
Oh, that'd be a great way to like fill out paperwork like that. What's your name? Ryan Gurnett, defendant.
Now, you got to make sure you write defendant in italics, though. It can't be the same font as the...
I think it's actually better if you find a way to spell defendant wrong.
Yes.
That'd be even better. Yes.
Well, what's great about my hate mail, though, is that Brian is a follower of that channel,
mm-hmm.
and will always go on and leave a comment like, yeah, you need to get this guy more often. It's like, yeah, thank you, Brian. I appreciate that.
Nice. But I feel like as well as after like occupation, just like George Carlin, fool with an E at the end. I think that'd be set it up perfectly. I think you'll be a shoo-in for this job. I don't know what job this is, but it's gonna be something.
The pay is crap, I'll tell you that.
I mean, what do you expect?
Meanwhile, I just got a job order just standing here.
Boom.
They say they require my vocal cords.
Money in his pants.
See, I like when it says, I need your mouth.
No, this says, hello, Joe, I require your vocal cords. Go on YouTube, look for Fact Space, and go subscribe to their channel.
I'd sell my vocal cords for like $100,000, I think.
Sure.
No way.
No?
No. Well, that's how I make my money, so yeah.
Like, I had surgery.
I'd sell a pinky before I'd sell my vocal cords.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah. I'm not saying that's the first thing you'd sell.
How am I going to annoy my wife if I can't talk? Seriously, I live to annoy her.
I've seen your wife's posts on Facebook. I'm well aware that you live to annoy your wife.
I'm really good at it, too.
I had a surgery, and they gave me a breathing tube, and I had, like, the worst sore throat from it for, like, 2 days and just didn't talk.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, it was so peaceful. Oh. Like, I think I'd be kind of okay.
Are you saying you annoy yourself?
Yeah, I do. I make myself laugh and I annoy myself.
Well, I will tell you, and Joe probably has the same thing. I definitely get sick of my own voice.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I hate the sound of my voice I'm recording. I hate it. That's why I don't listen to any of our music or anything. I hate it.
It took me a while to adjust to liking mine because I know what mine sounds like. And
one of the things I do as part of my job is I subscribe to all the feeds of all my clients,
mm-hmm.
and when they post YouTube videos, I like them. That automatically puts them into my Twitter feed.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to listen to, like, the first few seconds to make sure it's not me and not this douchebag, for example, because I know he and I both voice things for the same client. And I don't
haven't sent me anything in a while, actually.
I don't want to publicize his stuff, so I have to listen to the first few seconds to make sure it's me. And at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, my God, that guy, he's got the worst voice ever. I hate him. Someone stab him, please.
I walked outside at Stamps, and people were asking you. They said they saw videos, and they're like, was this you on this video? I get that all the time. I'm sure you do too, yeah.
I sometimes get that too, but it's after people have been on Pornhub. So,
yes. I've never known midget porn was so popular.
You don't know until you look.
Yeah, Jen and Chuck are really into like ancient alien stuff.
Okay.
And this one client I do a ton of I do like 3 or 4 documentaries a week for this client. And they're constantly watching, ancient alien stuff, so
I mean, he's not saying it was aliens, but It was totally alien.
It was, definitely it was always aliens.
It's not aliens.
Right.
I get texts all the time like, hey, do you voice for such and such channel? Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's me. Like, oh, well, I was on and I heard you, I heard this, and I'm like, that's Joe. I'm like, yeah, that's me.
It is Joe.
Nick Dan wanted me to tell you he forgot his key, please and thanks.
Is he here?
That means he's here.
If he's here, I'll go get him because I need a cigarette.
All right.
Well, there
Scott's
you
going to go get him. Ladies and gentlemen, momentarily, we're going to be joined by Fuzzy Bear. Is anybody here a natural enemy of the bear?
I'm a friend of the bear.
Then you're good. Joe?
I'm a friend of the bear.
Perfect.
I have never met your co-host.
No.
I used bears on a flyer that's I haven't put the flyer out yet. I'm waiting for a logo from a band.
Is it my band?
It's not from your band.
Oh, my God.
I'm waiting for a logo before I just put it on the flyer in Comic Sans.
Of course.
I don't think we've got anything more booked with you for the rest of the year.
No. You guys haven't. You guys have actually turned me down a couple of times.
Listen,
which is fine. Which is fine. It's no big deal.
Oh, Nick, how do you say no to that face?
I know, but at the same time, it's one thing I've always tried to be good about is oversaturation. Like, it's not cool to book a show and then a week later be like, yeah, we'll go on be on your show too, and not bring anybody to it. That's kind of fucked. So. No,
I agree. Let's see. There's. I'm gonna count these. There's 1, 2, 3. 3 of them up there with you guys' logo on them. You guys were on like 4 straight All WNY shows at the end of last year.
We were. It was very busy.
The Scarecrow show is the new XM Priory because they're on Ryan's show, then they're on like 2 of mine.
I fucking love them though.
I haven't seen them live yet. I'm actually really excited.
Oh my goodness.
I listen to their music. They're great, but I haven't seen them live, so I'm excited about that.
It's not a far cry off from the recording.
No, it's not.
It's more fun. They are awesome live.
Yeah, they look like they hit it hard.
I know we had them on the Nick and Dan show in the first couple of episodes this season, and we were on a bill with them a while back. I just fucking love them. They're amazing, nice guys, and the music is just solid.
I don't know if you caught, I announced for the day before Thanksgiving, we've got the Scarecrow show, Dreadneck's Bravura from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
And On the Cinder.
I keep hearing
that's at the Tudor Lounge.
Oh, they're great. I saw them at Warped. On the Cinder's awesome. Yeah, I was a big fan.
Had that big interview with them last week too on.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
we sat there up in this attic with the air conditioner on for 90 minutes, and I'm like, no, I'll just edit out the sound of the air conditioner. So then I went home and edited for like 4 hours before I finally got it to like, okay, that's good enough.
Yes.
Dan.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Oh, hi.
It's been a while since we've had you on the ThinkSoJoe Show, former co-host.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot you used to like alternate weeks with Muller and everything.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, that was the thing.
Did we ever decide if Muller is me and I am Muller?
No, I like you way more than Muller.
Wow.
I've met you for about 3 seconds. I like you more than Muller.
Pew, pew,
Jeez.
Shots fired.
Damn, getting down and dirty here.
Hey, the first thing that Muller talked to me about when I talked to him was how Brett Favre is better than O.J. Simpson, and we weren't talking about murder, but O.J. Simpson still wins that argument easily. I hate Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Brian texted me yesterday. He was like, hey, do you want to go see Judas Priest and Deep Purple with me tomorrow? I'm like, dude, I've already posted all my shit on social media about this big broadcast we've got going on tomorrow.
You know what?
And I've got a staff meeting.
I got invited to go to that show, and part of me, I love both bands. I've seen Judas Priest live before. I've never had the chance to see Deep Purple, but I just didn't want to spend the money I didn't want to deal with Darien Lake. I fucking hate Darien Lake.
Warped Tour was rough. That place was a mud pit.
Well, not even that,
sure.
the parking and God, let's talk about getting out of the fucking parking lot afterwards.
Yeah.
It was like a good fucking hour and 15 minutes to get out of there.
Hey,
I remember going to
I went and saw Godsmack, and we waited. We waited until the bands were done, and they were clearing off the stage, and we're all right, let's wander out to the vehicle. Oh, yeah, we're not going anywhere for a long time.
Now you're dealing with the people who are post-gaming, though. The people who got to their cars and then got drunk or high and then left. So, see, you should have waited just a little longer.
I remember going to see Aerosmith 15, 20 years ago. And there's, like, this kid that we didn't drive up there with, but we're driving home, got out of the car and, like, jumped into traffic, like, telling cars to stop so we could get through.
Hey, human traffic cone. I guess that's a good
it worked.
job.
And then he ran and jumped back in the car, yeah.
But
Good for him.
We were down at PA to see Slayer.
Yes.
And that amphitheater is a good 2 to maybe 2/3 bigger than Darien Lake.
Oh, it was huge.
And there was no problems.
Well, because they were fully staffed. There's people out in the parking lot directing traffic, keeping people moving.
Mhm.
We were out of there in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I think the longest part was loading our drummer Anthony to the back seat because he was just done.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that kind of stuff, is that a Live Nation thing or is that a Darien Lake thing?
As far as
Like staffing for the parking, what do you think?
I
know in the concert it's Live Nation, so I wonder if that's a Darien Lake thing.
I don't know.
I'm wondering who's dropping the ball on it. If it's if we can blame Live Nation or Darien Lake.
Can we just blame Live Nation blindly?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Sure.
With that.
All right, we're blaming Live Nation.
Perfectly cool with that. So I have a really random giveaway right now.
Oh.
a giveaway.
Yeah. So if you go onto Facebook, go to the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast.
Okay.
Send me a message through there. I have 2 tickets. I don't know who's
Paradise?
going to want this. Niall Horan. He was in One Direction. He's playing Darien Lake in like 2 days.
I don't know why I knew that was the dude from One Direction.
I've been trying to sell the tickets on Craigslist, and
I'm
no one's
looking at you
biting.
weird.
They were free tickets I got, and I just want to get rid of them. So send me a message on there. Tell me what you think of what we're doing right now, and yeah, I'll probably send one of you. I'll give you one of you some free tickets.
There you go. Message
So-
the Struggle is Real
How about
Buffalo Music
even-
Podcast.
Let's not go with commentary on what we're... Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to win these tickets, go to where Ryan said, and we want you to name Dan's beard. Name Dan's beard. The best name that we get will get these tickets, and you can go to the show, you could not, it doesn't matter. Let's see what you guys have got.
Just Ryan will feel better to not have the tickets in his possession.
He will.
I was trying to do something. I had free tickets for Slayer. I'm a part of this like Live Nation fucking lawsuit, and as a part of being a part of like the winning end, they're like, oh, you get ticket vouchers depending on how many tickets you bought.
For all the terrible shows.
I got 33 sets of free tickets. And
Wow.
only about once every like 12 to 18 months do they come up. It's only happened a couple times, but it comes up and I'm just like, I'm taking 2 of everything.
Right.
And I actually offered Joe and Karina Slayer tickets that I got. And they just went to waste. No one used Slayer tickets.
Oh.
We had Descendants
Slayer
tickets. We had Descendants tickets. Went with you.
Right, same
and we're
here.
playing which T-shirt doesn't belong, and saw the kid in the Anthrax T-shirt. Like,
I would have gone to Slayer again and jumped in that mosh pit and punched somebody else in the
Seriously, I'm
face.
so
There you go.
happy, dude. I just picked up a KKV Flying V guitar for like $130.
Nice.
Right.
I just got my ThinkSoJoe T-shirt, and I'm excited.
you're the
Welcome
last
to
one
the
in the
club.
room to get one.
He's now running around in just his boxers and the T-shirt.
He totally is.
He really
Before it
stripped
was just
down-
my boxers.
Right.
Right, he like really did that fast, by the way. Also, should we add the brown socks? Brown socks, boxers, and now I think so Joe shirt.
One brown sock placed in
Strategically?
an undisclosed location.
Oh, I wasn't gonna bring that sock
It was,
up, man.
it was
It
strategically
wouldn't
placed.
stay on at first, but now it's fine.
Oh, yes.
Now the Dan's here. Gotcha. Now the Dan's here.
Is this like legit?
Yes, we're not talking about that yet.
Yes.
That's for Scott to let people know about.
Oh my god.
That is
Yeah,
legit.
well-
I actually got it for
Right.
Christmas last year.
They're awesome, aren't they?
This is fucking sick.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, at some point in the unforeseen future, Scott Leffler is going to drop a bomb on you, baby.
This is
He'll drop a bomb on
I
you.
need to know where to send my money.
My house?
No.
Are you sure?
Not all of my money. Just money for this.
That's fine. I'll take that too.
But am I going to get the product in return?
I can neither confirm nor deny anything on the air at this time. Things are still up in the air.
So what you're saying is it's open to return.
What I'm saying is give me your fucking money.
Yeah.
Like, I sort of know what's going on with this thing.
It's better
I
than-
don't know what's going on with this thing, so I can't even talk about this thing.
It's better that you don't. It's all right.
Yeah.
I'm completely clueless too. I'm just speaking out of my ass.
This was it was something that we that you myself and Scott discussed at a prior meeting. That was more about like what shows we were having booked.
I do remember that meet. Like I said, I think I sort of know what's going on. Not 100% sure. That's here. There's paper on. I think I know what's.
Those are the pre-existing ones. He's doing new ones.
Yes, better ones.
Better ones.
Because I've been through those ones. Those ones are okay. We can do better.
I'm happy to try and help right for that.
So let's talk. Well, I don't think people just want to hear us randomly not talking about something. Let's change the topic.
I mean, technically we're talking about it. We're just not letting them know what it is.
We're building anticipation for whenever Scott's like, hey, this is what we're doing.
All right.
Like, hey, you guys remember that episode of the ThinkSoJoe Show like 3 months ago that all the hosts were on?
Well, almost all the hosts. All the important ones.
Yeah.
We are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We're talking about right now. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know.
We are talking about right now.
Oh, thank God.
We are. You're right.
I thought we were. I wasn't sure.
Right. All of a sudden you started questioning it too. I'm like, wait, are we?
All of this.
What the fuck? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what we're talking about but not telling you about, you are going to love. It's going to be spectacular. So now, more from Joe.
I just hope we're still broadcasting because Scott's computer went to sleep.
I don't know how to unlock it. Try
Neither do
typing in gay porn.
Nah, just we'll wait.
I bet
till
you that's his password.
We'll let him get
Do
back
any of
up.
us have the All WNY app available on Android?
That's a
and
good
iOS?
question. We can find out if we're.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I got this.
Apple support because somebody hacked my shit.
I got this. Echo, play All WNY Radio.
It's just going to be screeching.
I was gonna say this is gonna be an awful feedback
All
loop.
WNY Radio from TuneIn.
Any of us have the All WNY app?
Yes, we are still on the air. Okay.
Android.
Terrific.
Echo, stop. Hold on. Remember, his is.
Oddly enough, the Echo was making an echo at that point.
Well, of course
Right.
it was. That's
Right, absolutely.
So, yes, we are still on the air. All right. Good.
Echo. Add Seaman Splash Guard to my shopping list.
I've added Siemens Splash Guard to your shopping list.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Uh-oh.
we're
introducing
someone's here.
Corey
Hey!
Woo!
Knight.
Oh!
How come I didn't get any of that bullshit?
Yeah, right? Dan just walks in, and well, because you've been on the show plenty of times before, as has everybody else in this room.
What the fuck are you guys doing?
Nothing at all.
Siemens Splash Guard?
Absolutely.
Echo. Add testicular floss to my shopping list.
Testicular floss added to your shopping list.
And in case you're all wondering what the Nick and Dan show is about, this is pretty much it.
You guys come in here and you add.
I think Nick's an asshole show.
You guys come in
mean-
here and just add stuff to Scott's shopping cart. Is basically
Yeah.
the premise of the Nick and Dan show.
Kinda. That's pretty much the main premise of season 2.
Well, I get proceedingly drunker and drunker through the entire series.
That's also on there, absolutely.
So,
Yes.
what exactly do I say to add to the shopping list? I want to get in on this. What's the exact wording? I want to make sure I get it right.
Echo, add blank to my
Alright.
shopping list.
Yes.
It's terrific. We've had so much fun with it this season. Scott, boss. So, of all the things we've added to your shopping list over this past year, what are some of your favorites?
I really enjoyed the glass dildo.
As
we're
far as
cutting that out and
comically-
using that sound clip for something. That's a
He
drop.
really enjoyed the, which means
right.
he didn't delete it from his cart.
Joe,
Let's
put it that
Joe,
way.
Make that a ringtone available somehow.
dude, I want that as a drop from my podcast.
Nice.
please.
Yes.
It would not be the first time that something said on this show was used as a drop for another podcast.
Terrific.
Let's get into some music and let Corey get settled in here, and he can jump in on the second half of the show. But
So who do we have next, Joe?
we've got a show this Sunday coming up with Mindy Davies on the show,
Okay.
The Missing Worker in Settlement, and we're going to play the latest from Mindy Davie,
All right.
this one called Morgan's Song, and you can catch her this Sunday afternoon show at Stamps. We'll see you there. This is Mindy Davie on All WNY ThinkSoJoe Show. Now I got to reach over and push the button.
Reach around.
And it'll play any second now, hopefully.
That's what you want to say.
Here it goes.
Oh.
And away.
Words are hurtful, actions is real life. This ain't no game. Treat everyone like family. Don't call them names. Give them a hug. Show them the love. Don't make them feel shame. You are loved. You're beautiful, beautiful, just the way you are. And we stand together, unstoppable, powerful. This is Morgan's song. Oh, Morgan's song. See, when I was your age too, I got picked on, pushed on, non-stop bullied at school. They fed off my tears and my emotions I had. Always laughing at me on the bus and in the class. Always felt so alone, sitting by myself, asking what did I do wrong? Am I in hell? No one deserves this, feeling like they are worthless. This is just high school, this isn't even permanent. So I take a stand, cause no, you're not alone. I'm here with you and together we all stand as one. We're ending this thing called hate, because no one in this world should ever feel this way. You are loved. You're beautiful, beautiful, just the way you are. And we stand together, unstoppable, powerful. This is Morgan's song. Oh, Morgan's song. So know you're loved, cared for, and you matter. And in life, remember, things always get better. And you can make it through this, I believe in you. Me and the whole wide world, we're standing with you. You are loved. You're beautiful, beautiful, just the way you are. And we stand together, unstoppable, powerful. This is Morgan's song. This is Morgan's song. This is your song.
All WNY ThinkSoJoe Show in mid-conversation.
Well, that's what happens when you don't warn us.
It's all good. Yeah, no, you're right. I could have given you warning, and I did not. So that is on me.
Come on.
All right.
This is professional fucking business here.
When all else fails, it's Joe's fault.
Yeah, well, I mean,
After having done Warped, I can agree with that. Yes! I wasn't even planning on bringing that up today. Thank you, Scott. Scott sets me up. I just spiked the volleyball.
It was a good one.
it was.
It had been
give you
Nick
credit
setting
for
me
that.
up until that point. But he left, so we got to do it differently.
I'm glad I could be here to help.
It's alright, we can just kick him out.
So virtually all of the hosts of all WNY shows, minus what, one?
Is Michael Sargent coming?
You know, Mike can't make it.
Ah! I need to meet this person. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, unfortunately, Mike couldn't make it. He's busy with his paying job, so.
Busy testing frogs to
I-
see if they're becoming gay.
I think he might be burning Nikes at the moment. I'm not sure. So obviously I invited everybody, and we'll see who ends up showing. Did Nate get back?
Nate is coming.
All right, Nate's coming.
You've got all the hosts of all the good shows, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know.
Wow, that was harsh.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
So there is going to be an all WNY award show. There is a category for best podcast.
There is. We're all in competition with one another.
Yeah.
Do we want to fight? Do we want to do this like Hunger Games style? We can see who's the best chef.
I think we should.
do
I think we
categories,
should, I think
bathing
we
suit
should just not
competition.
actually have voting on this. and we could like, I don't know, have like a MMA style or like a steel cage match.
Sure.
We could have a ladder match.
Let me put it this way. You guys are all on my show right now. I didn't have to go to your shows. I star on Nick and Dan's show, yes.
Let's have no voting on this, and then night of the All West New York Awards, rap battle.
Oh, shit. I would do that in a heartbeat.
I like rap battle idea.
It'll still be better than the latest Eminem album.
You know what? I only got a song and a half in.
I was like, there was like 15 minutes left in the album, and I'm like, no, I can't do it anymore.
First song, I'm like, okay. Second song, I'm like, I feel like he said this in the first song. And honestly, before the second song was even over, I'm like, all right, so the moral of this album is the same as the moral of all the other albums, which is I'm great and you're not.
Pretty much.
And then I took the time to listen to the MGK response.
Right.
Which I wasn't paying attention to the video. If I was paying attention to the video, I would have realized that it was shot in Buffalo.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Right in front of...
I didn't mind the MGK.
No.
So I need to explain someone explain to me what's going on with Eminem and like all this. I've been hearing stuff, but it's Eminem, so I really don't give a fuck. But now that we're talking about it, what's going on?
He like dropped a surprise album a few days ago.
Okay.
And basically the surprise album is him saying he's awesome and all the other rappers, especially the white rappers, are not.
Oh,
despite the fact that he actually uses their style to explain why their style sucks.
Somewhere along the lines, him and MGK got into a fucking turf war.
I guess MGK said something about his daughter. And,
okay.
Like a decade ago or some shit.
Yeah, it was like 2012 or some.
If you think about it, rap battles are just like two grown men writing poetry about each other.
Pretty much.
Yeah, poetry slam.
Actually, scratch the rap battle. I want to do a poetry slam.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It's just
with or
without a beat.
With or without Nick beatboxing.
You could see Nick and myself rapping in a video on their Facebook page.
Yes, you can. But I feel like with the poetry slam, you leave your nines at home.
Sure.
You don't bring them to the rap battle.
My nines are all I got. I mean, I guess I can bring some brass knuckles, but...
Yeah, that's acceptable.
Can I bring my threes?
You could if you want to. If you want to cart them around in that big-ass bag on your shoulder.
Just bring your 20-sided die.
Yeah. We'll just roll it out.
Yeah, so, anyway, back to the original question. Yes, All West New York Awards, nominations start Sunday, 23 categories.
Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sorry, yes.
Saturday.
Nominations start I'm off by a day. Nominations start Saturday, September 8th, 2018.
Everything else that we've done so far was on a Sunday. This one is the first thing on it, which threw me off when we were talking about it in the first place.
Right. So, well, I wanted to line up the nominations starting
with Music is Art. Right.
That's a great idea.
Because we're going to have thousands of local music fans all in one venue. And so I thought, you know what? We can go talk to thousands of music fans all in one venue, tell them that this award thing's going on, and boom.
You guys can actually see Mindy Davy, who we just played twice this weekend, because she is also performing at Music is Art, and
everyone's performing at Music is Art.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what I've been trying to find volunteers for Infringement Festival, and everyone's like, yeah, I'm doing something already.
Right.
It's like,
We need everybody to nominate Exum Priory for Best Folk Acoustic Band, please.
After
Nerds,
Nerds,
so that's a way to get yourself banned.
After Nerds Gone Wild won Best Lyricist, anything's possible.
I know, right? That's, which is a big reason why the 2017 awards got canceled, and we just decided to start from the ground up, go from scratch.
So we got a nomination committee now. We're going to make sure that no one gets on that list that literally has no reason to be on there. And
right. Mm-hmm. And I have invited others to join the nomination committee, as I'm sure you guys have seen.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a shock. I haven't had anyone that said they were interested, which I'm fine with.
I've had a couple people with a good amount of knowledge tell me they might be interested in sitting down and.
I recused myself simply for the fact that I'm in a band that hopes to get nominated, so that wouldn't really be right for me to be on a committee.
If you wanted to, you could just talk about all the other categories,
right,
not your own. I was going to offer that to Greg Bird as well.
Right? Yeah, you could just sit out of that one category that you might potentially be nominated for, but really, unless you're nominating yourself, that's not going to happen.
That's kind of what I was thinking, too.
You could recuse yourself, as I'm saying.
There we go. That's a good use of that word, Scott. That doesn't get used enough.
So, yeah.
There we go.
If you want to be eligible for the awards, you have to be on the station, though.
That is correct. And and by the way, speaking of that, dude, Brian has just been throwing me music like crazy.
You wouldn't put, like, my Google Drive has all the music I've given you.
Right.
Like, I showed my wife, and she's like, holy shit, you've done that.
Just keep it coming. Just keep it coming.
Yep.
So, yeah, in order to... This is the All Western New York Radio Music Awards. Mm-hmm. In order to get an award, you have to play on All Western New York Radio.
Makes sense.
So if you're not airing music on All Western New York Radio, you're not eligible. Now, if someone nominates you, because nominations start on Saturday and will run for 2 weeks. As I get nominations in, I intend to contact bands and be like, hey, you were nominated for this award, but in order to actually forward this nomination on, we need tracks from you. This does a few things. One, it gets more music for All Western New York Radio. Two, it gets more people, familiar with All Western New York Radio. And then three, that way the nominations can actually go through. And people can listen to the music and be like, wow, that Extant Priority band is not that bad at all.
When we talked about Extant Priority on the last episode of my podcast,
Yes.
We definitely had to do a couple takes. My co-hosts weren't familiar with you, and they were having trouble getting the name out. It's like Ex-Am Prior? And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not that hard.
I hope somebody nominates Scathead.
What is a Scathead? Who is
It's a band from Lockport, the high school kids. I think they refer to themselves as Scathed. But when I saw their when I saw their name on the flyer, I'm like, who the fuck is this Scathead band? Although I got to tell you,
I like Scathead better than Scathed.
what show was it, Joe?
Oh, geez, that was
Black and Heart.
That was the first Black and Heart ball.
They fucking rocked.
They did.
Awesome.
For a bunch of kids in high school, they were incredible.
For sure.
And they're only going to get better, too.
Yeah,
That's what I keep saying
What's their name
about
again?
Nuclear Winter.
Scathed. SCATHED.
They're really
Scathead.
good. Scathead. Yeah, they're really good. When the hell did we catch them?
They played with us at the Evening Star Tour.
Thank you. You knew we were. I didn't want to claim they're on a bill and that I was wrong because that happens a lot. I'd say more often than people think, but they probably think I'm wrong a lot.
So if you're in a band and you want to be nominated, I need tracks. It's that simple.
And by the way, speaking of the Black and Heart Ball, you can mark your calendar for February 15th. That's a Friday night at Stamps, and that'll be the third annual All WNY Black and Heart Ball.
Nice.
And we're going to do it as a costume contest, right?
We're going to try once again to do it as a costume.
Yeah, it's going to be a costume ball, which we have tried to do before. It has not worked as well as we wanted it to, but we're going to keep trying.
We were talking about, because Karina and I were talking about the Halloween show.
Right.
That's coming up on October 26th.
Right.
And we're talking about costumes, and I said costumes are encouraged.
Right.
And she says, no, they should be required. I'm like, no, in February they should be required. That way Scott's not the only person there in a costume. I'm like, I feel bad. I brought my costume, but I'm not wearing it, so I put on my costume for 5 minutes. I'm like...
You should give a discount at the door for people in costume.
Like, yeah, I'm
That's the way
Beard
to
Al
do it.
Yankovic.
Speaking of Scott in costume, where do all these pictures of you in sundresses keep coming from?
What?
Well,
What?
This
no,
is
it
a
really
real
is.
thing.
Honestly, no. There's a ton of not a ton. There are several pictures. There are several pictures out there of me wearing women's clothes. They were for a series of charity fundraisers. I want to say I did 3 in all, each in 3 different years, and it was sponsored by Maurice's, which is a women's clothing store, and it was all men in dresses, and it was a lot of fun. Raised money for cancer research.
So what you're saying is you tried to put out your own calendar?
No, not really. I thought it was a worthy cause, and you guys should know by now, I don't give a shit.
Right.
So, I don't think that I would do a nude fundraiser. Although, if the cause was right, maybe I would. I don't know.
Given the people in this room, it is clear that you've given up on giving a shit.
Thank you.
Just go.
I'm basically just insulting all of us at this point.
Hey, I'm used to it.
So if you see a picture of me in a dress, that's probably what it was.
Gotcha.
There might be some
It's
others that have
probably
that are not,
what it was.
There might be
Probably,
some
yeah.
others that are not related, but only if you visit the right websites.
Gotcha. So pretty much, if I see a picture of you in a sundress on, let's say, a queen size bed, that wasn't for one of the ones that was for cancer research.
Probably not, and I think that one's a video actually.
I'm going on Pornhub.com.
So you can
I'm
find
searching
that
for
video
Scott
on-
Leffler
Yeah,
and see what
find
comes
that
up.
on Pornhub.com.
I just want to see what the first thing comes up when I type in
He
Scott
actually
Leffler.
goes by William L. on Pornhub.com. It's a little known fact. Yes, just look it up.
He just completely outed your name on the air.
Wow. How rude.
I believe he said that earlier. So.
Oh, definitely not you. Oh, we're definitely on Pornhub.
Corey can see the computer. Corey says we're definitely on Pornhub.
I'm not fucking around here. I wanted to see if there was anyone named Scott Leffler on Pornhub.
Corey just saw the orange and he was like, I know that orange.
I want
whatever color Pornhub might have. If it's orange. You know?
Yeah. If the color's
completely out of context here. I want Corey's opinion on Timothy McVeigh blowing up the Oklahoma City building because of the Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
I want his opinion on that article because he's.
Not really a thing.
Yeah.
It's apparently
it was
really
in
a thing.
Politico.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
No, it was in Politico, and it basically says that like the Bills losing was part of like a long chain of shit going wrong that led Timothy McVeigh.
May not be the only disgruntled Bills fan out there.
It's like lots of people in Buffalo have done shit. Like,
oh man, that's
Smash
tough.
Tables.
Right, that brings
fire.
Because people get all bent out of shape about the tables and the shit. They're like, oh, you bring a bad name to the Bills Mafia fan base. Timothy McVeigh, Jesus, talk about bringing a bad name to.
Yeah.
Christ.
As if the juice wasn't bad enough.
Yeah. Right. First the juice, then Timothy McVeigh.
Is he still alive? Is he in jail? Is he?
Who?
Timothy McVeigh?
No, they killed him.
Yeah,
they killed him long ago.
Capital punishment, Jesus.
Next thing we know, we're going to get blamed for the Unabomber.
We should find out what football team the Unabomber was into. I'm going to look that up while you guys talk.
He did it out.
This is for those longtime listeners of All WNY and the ThinkSoJoe Show. This is Corey's first time on the ThinkSoJoe Show.
What?
Everybody else in this room has been on this show at least 3 or 4 times.
Against my will.
Yeah, no, you didn't drive to my house every other week for an entire summer of your own volition.
Right.
Oh, were those the ones that were outside? Those were dope. I used to listen when I was working. You guys would be sitting on the porch, like ice cream truck in the background and shit.
Yeah, I definitely remember.
Next door neighbor coming out yelling at us. Yeah, you listen to that one?
Oh, yeah.
I remember sitting on the ledge drinking beer and Brian being very impressed for some reason. I'm like, this is nothing new. I do this all the time.
Daily operation.
Unfortunately, there's no information on Ted Kaczynski's favorite sports teams. You'd figure that would exist somewhere.
I figure people that, I don't know, are they really into sports? People that are into killing as well? Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, why not?
Well, yeah.
I'm into music and I'm into sports, you know.
Dominant male aggression being released.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, well, today the modern Bills fan gets out their aggression in the parking lot before they leave.
Or in the stands via their girlfriend.
Yeah.
This is true too.
Listen,
Yep.
It's the Bills. To enjoy it, you got to do something, and that's kind of what you got to do.
Inebriation.
Or in the parking lot with somebody else's girlfriend.
Parking lot.
Yeah.
Or boyfriend.
Scott sounds like he speaks from experience on that one.
What does your hand smell
I have
like?
never had sex at a Bills game.
Me neither. If I knew that was an option, I would have tried at some point.
Yeah,
I might have to start going to Bills games.
I think I've only been to like one Bills game my whole lifetime. I think
My first and only time.
Miami and Bills lost. So.
My first and only time setting foot in that stadium was for the Guns N' Roses concert last year.
I actually had season tickets when I was in college, so I'd drive from Albany to Buffalo every home game to come and see the Bills. That was fucking commitment.
That is commitment. That really is. You're better than I.
I'm better than you at liking the Bills.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, my beer is empty.
Nick's beer is empty. If you didn't hear him.
We have an emergency in the studio.
Yeah, that's an emergency.
Empty beer.
Hang on, guys.
Empty beer.
Nick's at the fridge. He's reaching to the bottom shelf. He's got a beer. He's running with the beer.
You beer and you had beer?
I only have a few left.
I would like to point out that I did
You should
offer.
have brought, seriously, I had a fucking 12-pack of Miller Lite or something like that shit for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, I drank all
Tonight I'm like, hey, people bring beer, and you bring 2 beers.
Listen,
This
I'll run to the
motherfucker
guy.
brings a 40,
2 tall boys.
then he like threw on the floor.
In
I'll
my
run
defense,
and go grab
I
more
brought 2
afterwards.
tall boys and 2 regular cans because that was what was cold in my fridge, and I'm on 2 wheels tonight. So to bring a case really doesn't fit.
I'll
the
run,
saddlebag
I'll run to the
motorcycle.
store after. I'll get myself more beer, and
The
you
truck's
guys
broken?
can share some.
I don't have a truck.
So a little while ago, I said if anyone contacted me through my podcast Facebook page, I'd give them free Neil Horan tickets for Darien Lake.
And no one did.
No one.
Of course
no
not.
one. It's almost as hard. Selling Kid Rock tickets was equally as hard.
Is that the guy from like One Direction or something?
Yeah. I got a free pair of tickets, and no one even wants to buy them.
So what is up with Kid Rock being? Is he country now?
Oh, he's been for.
Yeah.
Oh, he had a country single on like his first or second album, I remember.
What happened?
Lady Laura Moore.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
It's southern rock, so it has those roots in country. I can see. Like if you listen to like Skynyrd and stuff, like that definitely had some roots in country.
He was like performing with like Faith Hill or whatever.
Oh well, he's a sellout and a horrible human being. So I think that really kind of tells you what's going on there.
Speaking of horrible human beings, Lady Laura Moore tweets, Dan Twist is there?
IR.
And also, OMG, the best host on All WNY Radio, at All WNY Corey, is on the worst show.
You talking to me?
I like this lady.
She's saying that you, the best host on All WNY, is on the worst show, the ThinkSoJoe Show.
I am by far the worst host on All WNY.
I don't know, man.
So low budget, man.
Have you listened
to Scott's podcast?
I was on it several months ago.
Have you checked out the Nick and Dan show? We're just kind of doing whatever.
That's kind of what this show is. We just walk in with no plan. Like, here we go. We're going to do a show.
We have, like, actual microphone. Like, I'm talking to my cell phone in my car, like, just sitting in the middle of the car. That's my podcast.
That's a great idea. Why might I not do it?
Here's the thing I don't get, is this motherfucker does 10-minute long podcasts.
True.
In one take.
No, I don't.
You edit on your phone?
No, I don't edit, but I'll, like, fuck up and then have to restart and do the whole thing over.
But still, it's 10 minutes long. Joe, could you do that?
No.
No.
I guess I just talk too much.
Well, of course Joe can.
They can go back and find it.
Joe actually taught me that secret when we were working together for Warped Tour stuff. I was like clapping between takes like a fucking idiot.
Technically, our show is kind of done in one take. I just chop out things that are, highly offensive.
I had to sit there and edit down that On the Sinner interview from last week to like 30 minutes from 90 minutes, and it's like, how does they do this with video every week?
That's probably sucks.
There's a lot of alcohol and some other things involved, and I sit in the tower and just do it.
Some other things.
I can't confirm nor deny what happens up in the tower, but things happen. Magic.
To quote good friends Yellow Sauce, it's open to interpretation.
It is open to interpretation.
Can anyone actually hear Nick when he's talking?
I don't know.
He doesn't have a microphone.
No, nobody's wearing headphones to monitor.
He
doesn't need a microphone.
I really don't. All of your microphones are actually picking me up just fine.
That is probably true.
Okay. Last time he was on the ThinkSoJoe Show and I was here, the drunker he gets, the closer he will try to go to a microphone.
Oh, yeah. Great. That's appropriate.
But last time...
that wasn't the last time I was on the ThinkSoJoe Show.
It was not the last time you were on the show. That is correct.
Right, yeah. It was like 2 times ago I proceeded to drink an entire bottle of Wild Turkey 101. I think Anth, our drummer from Exon Priory, took like a sip or 2, and I just killed the rest of it.
Oh, so not the entire bottle.
So the bottle, fine. The bottle sends 1 or 2 sips. But I mean, like,
let's
sips.
clarify: 357 mil.
Oh, yeah, not like a full big boy bottle. No. I mean, I probably could do it. I probably could do it, but it wouldn't have been pretty.
Where I'm from, we just call those pounders. Just give me a Wild Turkey pounder while you're on. Yeah.
I call them pounders too, but they normally come in brunette or blonde or.
I would think that the pounders Dan gets come in quarter-pound sizes at McDonald's.
You bastard! You bastard!
Jeepers.
Don't listen to the Potbelly basis.
Oh.
Yeah, you are the most huggable person here, so it works.
You are.
If you want to.
And I'm glad someone said your last name. We've been Facebook friends for a while, I guess.
Have we now?
Yeah, we're Facebook friends.
Awesome. Hi, Facebook friends.
Yeah. No, I've been having fun on the Buffalo music scene, approaching people and being like, "You look familiar. I know you from Facebook, right?" And they're like, "Oh, okay."
Sure.
Corey, Lady Laura Moore wants to know how it feels to lower yourself to be on the ThinkSoJoe Show.
To lower myself, my standards are so low. Let me tell you something, Laura. standards for this guy, they don't get much higher than fucking ankle height off the ground. This is way above me, and I'm honored to be here, and it's great to meet you guys. I haven't met a bunch of you guys, so you three anyway. But
I met you on the fly like a few months back.
Yep,
yeah.
I was here.
It's
in,
nice meeting you, Corey.
February, I think.
Something like that. Yeah, 'cause I know when him and I were still filming a whole lot back then.
Yep. And we did the. Here's the thing, real quick. Scott Leffler Mondays at 8? Question mark. Maybe we'll get back into that. But I am not lowering myself at all. This is the best place that I can imagine to be on a Wednesday night at 8 o'clock or whatever the fuck it is.
Dude, there's free pizza.
And there's pizza.
And Nick's going to
Yeah, like, Scott told me, he's like, yeah, the AC turns off at 5, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't do well with heat. And then I saw the post about free pizza, and I'm like, I will put my health at risk for free dinner. That's where I am at my life right now.
Until 5, yes.
Well, that explains it, because I've definitely sat in here and sweated my fucking nuts off. I've had to edit our show because of one. I have to go like this just to clear the sweat off my face.
I brought 3 shirts tonight, just in case. I'm on my second one.
Yeah. Because it's a Wednesday, it's not too bad. But, like, if we were to have this meeting at, like, 8 o'clock on a Saturday, screw it. Because the air conditioning goes off at 5 o'clock on Friday.
We're meeting at my house then.
Dude, you live in the middle of nowhere.
Where the fuck am I now?
Yeah,
this is the middle of nowhere.
We're in Niagara Falls.
Little known fact,
somewhere.
That is the reason why Scott has a leather couch, because 8 o'clock on Sunday night, it becomes Scott's naked room.
No.
I would expect that.
No.
That's kind of a given,
That's
isn't
like
it?
any time, as long as nobody else. Well, as long as you people aren't here. I was going to say as long as nobody else is here, but that's not necessarily
What do you mean,
just us.
Now I want to
Right?
this comfy couch.
You people.
Ridiculous. Us proud skeletons and fleshies, we don't like to be referred to as that. And yeah, guys, I've definitely seen Scott naked on that couch more often than I'd like to admit. But I'm not going to talk too much about it because it's going to be featured in my next book after the one that I'm working on. It's called Boss Man Leaves a Sweat Stain.
I haven't spent enough time with Nick to know if he's doing a voice or if he just has schizophrenia.
Oh, no, that's our co-host, Carl Winslow.
Oh, Carl Winslow, the co-host.
That was Carl. That wasn't Nick.
He looks just like you, Nick, so I was confused. Schizophrenia would make more sense.
I don't know. I feel like one of these days I'm definitely going to post on YouTube me doing a conversation with Carl, because I stop mid-sentence and just change voices right away. It's kind of comical to me.
I would watch
column
that.
A, some of column B, make up your own column C.
We're also going to eventually on our YouTube channel post just a compilation. Yeah, compilation of Joe getting drunker.
I will also watch that.
I want to see that
for our episode openers. It's spectacular. Like, definitely turned into bottle at one point.
So does he drink like one beer throughout the course of this? Because Joe, like, I never see Joe drink. I feel like it would only take one beer.
I do believe there's like 3 or 4 cans in front of me at this point in the season.
Yeah, he was getting saucy, very saucy. Yellow sauce would approve.
I've last week I turned into Bono for a brief
Where do those
period.
skiing goggles even come from?
I brought them from home.
Okay.
I don't know where the cowboy hat came from, but I know I brought the goggles from home.
Yeah, Luke's going to be there for a while. So.
Luke wasn't there, so I don't know where that cowboy hat came from. Wait, no. I think it was Scott's costumes.
Probably.
Yeah, what the hell is that cowboy hat?
Well, if Luke has been here, it might be with Luke now.
I did not take it with me. I can verify that. I do not have a cowboy hat in my house. I have a top hat.
Because for some reason, the guitarist of Exit Priory, Luke, wears a cowboy hat.
Yes.
I don't know. Nickelback. I don't fucking know what's happening there.
I looked at my phone for 1 second. I looked up and you guys were talking about Nickelback. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I'm going back to my phone.
Yeah.
I took this to the state fair.
Scott is literally now looking for his cowboy hat.
He's very frazzled looking. Hang on, he's going in the drawer. I don't know what those are. They're not quite drawers.
Those are the
totes.
While he's looking, some quick trivia. The correct amount of cowboy hats to own is 0. Yes, Corey got it right.
0.
Echo.
He will go home with
Add
an
a
All WNY
sparkling
hat.
pink cowboy hat to my shopping cart.
Is it really going to do it? Or can you tell that?
Sure. I've added a choice for sparkling pink
That's what
cowboy
they do
head
here.
to Scott's Amazon cart. Review and check out your Amazon cart in the Amazon app.
It'll pop up over here.
Right.
The actual shopping list.
Right.
Hey, Echo, add dignity and pride to the
I
shopping
don't know what
list.
it's. Oh, this one. It's this one.
Sorry, all sold out.
It's already up.
Yeah, no, dude, don't. Nick, get the fuck away from the board.
No, I'm gonna push buttons.
Get the fuck away from the board.
There are so many buttons and knobs right now.
This Sunday, you can catch Mindy Davies' Settlement and the Missing
All
Worker.
I see is you. Sit the fuck down.
Mindy Davies' Settlement, The Missing Worker at Stamps, 5 o'clock. Doors, show starts at 6 p.m. and we'll be out of there by 9 o'clock. Nice and early show for you on a Sunday. And this is Settlement on All WNY Radio. ThinkSoJoe Show. And we're back on the ThinkSoJoe Show, All WNY Radio.
Oh, that was some Mindy Davy, man. She's gotten fucking hardcore.
Right, like, dude, she really filled out her sounds from the last time I heard her.
Mindy Davy's one of those artists you could just throw on with anybody, and it works.
You know, it's just, yeah.
Like Yellow Sauce, it works with. It works with XM Priory.
They do. Like, listen, they're one of my favorite.
Dan says no.
They're one of my favorite openers. They really
She's got a great voice.
They bring in such a fun energy.
We did this show with you guys, and we had just all different types of bands on the show, and it was perfect. It worked fine. I had Nate from the Barksdale standing next to me the whole night, like, dude, we're not gonna fit in here. We're not gonna fit in here. Like, dude, no, it's gonna be fine. You'll be all right. Yeah, one of those good bar shows.
Yeah. Well, they did specifically for us that show, but yeah, no, that was I enjoyed it.
That was great. We had the Lower Town Trio started things off. We had Kickstart Rumble. The Barksdales, you guys closed the night out?
I forget which band I hopped up on stage for, and we did Misfits, Barksdales. We did Misfits, Astro Zombies.
Nice.
Right? Like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, wait, I know this song. And then they pointed out, like, I'm like, yes!
Hey, you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
The flyer for that Good Bar show is not up on the wall here anymore.
No, that was an awesome flyer. It was like the back of a
oh, that was the one, yeah. That was before we started doing the clip art style thing that we do now.
Yeah, because that was, I want to say it was like one of the first ones that you designed.
Yeah,
honestly.
I did that one, and I did, on the wall over there, there's the one with all the stickers. With the Scarecrow Show and the Dreadnecks, who...
Black Heart Ball from Saturday, February 10th. I don't know what year, because
that was
put a fucking year on it.
No, that was... well, and I've started putting years on all of them now, too.
Because how do I know what year it is if I don't know what is...
What show? That was this year's Black and Heart Ball. Next year's will be February 15th at Stamps on a Friday night.
Excellent.
But yeah, man, that show you referenced, with Barksdale's and Lower Town Trio and Kickstarter, that was a unique show.
It was.
Even though it was 4 rock bands, it was 4 distinctly different rock
bands. And that was how I was marketing it.
Right, I like that.
And Scott was like, no, don't put unique rock bands. Like, no, put unique rock bands, because they're all different from one another.
Yeah.
They are all different genres of rock.
No, that was a very fun show.
Like, it was Ryan, your show that we're on for October 20th. That's like, those are 4 very different styles of rock right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm like.
And you're gonna hear one of the bands from that show later on, the Missing Worker, who are playing this Sunday at Stamps.
I like them. Actually, Matt, the bassist, used to be my drummer.
Okay.
Fucking years ago. I'm talking years ago. We were in a band with Billy Horn from Billy Draws 2. We were, all 3 of us were in a band together. It was, I don't want to be mean, it was a garbage band. We were not good. We didn't know what we were doing whatsoever.
It's okay to suck.
Like, it was slightly above gutter punk. Like, we understood song structure. We just weren't good at it at all.
You're supposed to be bad if it's gutter punk.
Actually.
It's kind of part of the mystique.
It's part of the thing.
It would be considered the mumble rap of rock.
Yes. But I like them. It's very, like, alternative kind of rock.
Mm-hmm.
We're a mixed mash of punk, thrash, and hard rock. I don't know. Some people keep trying to say we're metal. I'm like, we're not metal, really.
A little, but
You'd
not
fit
much.
in on a metal show.
But
you'd fit in on a metal show, but you're not metal.
Yeah.
Right. We're more punk than we are metal.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll say that.
Yeah.
And more so, I'd say we're hard rock if I had to
guys
really
actually
pick a genre.
You did an encore at the Yellow Sauce show the other day, and you changed some words.
Oh yeah, we were changed some words, and I fucked it up because I got lost. Because I was concentrating too much on trying to put Leland and Ryan's name in the lyrics.
Right, because everybody was from the start of the show. Everybody that went up on stage, we're Yellow Sauce, and Ryan sucks eggs.
We can thank Luke McCarty for that idea. Luke came up with it like right before the show started.
Nice.
All the bands on board. Didn't tell you. We're all like, no, we're just gonna act like nothing's wrong. It's cool. That's how it goes.
No, for the October 20th show, I talked to the Missing Worker. They're like, we got this band, the Russian White. They want to come to town. Can you help us out? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Right.
And we talked about like what bands they wanted to put on. And then I didn't hear from him for a while, so I'm like, so what's up with the bands? He's like, they're all confirmed. I'm like, the bands we wanted? Because he had some cool ideas. And then he's like, it's Scarecrow Show next and Pryor are on. And I'm like, that's cool, but that wasn't what we agreed to. So I told him, I'm like, listen, I like X and Priory. They just play so much All WNY stuff. I'd like to get someone else involved. And then I sat down and listened to Missing Worker, and I got like a minute into the song, and I'm like, yeah, X and Priory is the best band.
Somebody's trying to call into the studio, but
who's calling into the studio?
I don't know. I don't know Scott's password for his computer.
Scott's computer's making noise.
It might be the pizza guy. I don't know.
Do we have any contact with the pizza guy?
Hang on, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going.
I didn't know either. That's new.
All right.
I didn't know you could call directly into the studio. You can call directly into my studio, but only if I let you.
Live on the air, like calls, or
we could do that. I just.
Oh, that'd be great.
I don't.
that might be a thing.
Here, hold on a second. Hey, Echo, add a drum set for Anne Frank to the shopping list.
Jesus.
Drum set for Frank added to your shopping list.
It said drum set for Frank. It didn't say Anne Frank.
Ah, that makes no. You know what? I'll just leave that on there. He can be confused about that.
Sure.
If it's not gonna be funny, it'll at least be confusing. That's my approach to comedy.
I don't know.
Shirt, by the way.
What?
Oh yeah, Joe. I noticed that when I came in. Your shirt's awesome.
Oh, the Wayne's World Queen shirt.
Oh, that's what it is? Oh.
Yeah,
that's Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out who the guys are on the sides at first, and then I figured it out.
Has that movie come out yet? That Queen movie?
No,
Queen's
I don't
coming
think
out
so.
soon.
Yeah.
Rami Malek looks amazing.
I put this shirt on this morning, and I'm like, just in case Nick or Dan or anybody else wears their ThinkSoJoe Show shirt to the I don't want to be wearing the same shirt like we were all on Friday.
Wear the uniform to the podcast.
And so I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna throw on this new shirt I just got, and not realizing today is actually would have been Freddie Mercury's birthday.
Oh wow!
So there you go.
I did not know that.
It all ties in together.
There you go.
You know what? You know what Freddie Mercury would say if he was alive today?
What?
I can't get out of this coffin. Help!
I knew that was coming.
That's terrible.
Even if we did wear.
Is it any worse than Anne Frank having a drum set?
No, actually, that was way worse. You're right.
Even if we did wear ThinkSoJoe shirts, mine would still be different.
This is true.
Yeah.
Everybody's is different.
Well, no, because mine was sold to me without sleeves.
No, your sleeves fell off as soon as you put it on.
Dude, it was sold to me without sleeves.
The sleeves are somewhere at Nietzsche's, I'm sure.
You just like flexed right through them.
Actually, I found them there in the back of the van.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did an interview that aired during the Warped Tour broadcast with XM Priory, and Dan was lamenting about his sleeves that vanished from his ThinkSoJoe Show
I
shirt.
paid full price for half a shirt.
Dang right.
No, it's not.
No,
Right.
Joe, you owe him half a shirt.
But you know what?
You
though?
should just give him some sleeves, and he can attach them.
Let's put it. Let's say
there's
this
pizza
though.
here. There's 3 boxes of pizza, and there's like
Christ.
6 people that are gonna be here.
Let's say this though is
Mr. Ventry's in the Falls, by the way.
From Mr. Ventry himself.
your shirt cost me more than most other people's shirts cost me.
All right.
Oh, what are you trying to say, Joe?
Damn, dude, damn.
I know.
But I still only charged you regular price.
That's cold, though.
That is the slickest fat guy burn I've ever heard.
Sure, right, you know?
Wow.
Good thing I love you.
And believe me, it's not the biggest shirt I've had to print on. So.
No.
I will leave names off from who got the other sizes.
It was my dick. Totally my dick.
We got 1 cheese. We got 1 pepperoni.
Oh wow.
I think you got a full tray of pepperoni and.
What do we want what's on the third one? Do we have guesses?
Pineapples.
Anchovies.
I'm going mushrooms.
And we got pineapple. Hawaiian pizza.
Oh, we have 2 pepperoni.
It is a full tray of pepperoni and a half a tray of
People who
cheese.
put pineapple on
Boring.
pizza are bastards.
I don't eat it. I was just guessing that's what.
Those people aren't my friends. No,
Nice meats, bastard.
it's ruining a pizza. It's like combining chocolate and raisins. It's
Yeah.
ruining good chocolate.
That's
Oh no, chocolate raisin's good.
I enjoyed chocolate covered raisins too.
Oh, screw you guys.
I'm more like a chocolate-covered almond type of person.
Yeah, see, chocolate covered almonds is where to go.
3 o'clock in the morning by yourself. You have a problem.
Listen, all right. So
the
to
only way
give
to do it.
backstory to this one, we went down to see Slayer. It was him, myself, and our drummer, Ant. We went down to Pennsylvania. We got like a motel room. It wasn't too bad, but I'm used to being with my wife, who wakes up if I blink the wrong way. So I walked across the street. I was kind of hungry. I'm like, I'm going to grab some snacks. Well, I ended up buying like $30 worth of candy and cookies.
Snacks, $30?
Yeah, I have a
10-course
problem.
meal right there.
I have a problem. I proceeded to sit up all night because I was wide awake.
Couldn't imagine why.
Eating said cookies and candy, but every time I had to open something, I would sneak into the bathroom and close the door because I was worried I would wake them up. Turns out they were both fucking out like a light.
Oh, yeah.
And only my wife wakes up if you look the wrong way or something.
You could have thrown cookies at him.
We went to
It'd
Slayer.
be fine.
Went to Slayer, fought our way through the pits. I was drinking all day. I voluntarily said, I'll sleep on the floor of this skeezy-ass motel room. And he thought that opening up a candy wrapper was going to wake me up.
I didn't know.
I would like to point out.
I walked back in the room and I looked at him like, I have a problem. And I showed him the giant bag of snackies that I bought.
Dude, you could have put a grizzly bear in heat in that fucking room and I wouldn't have moved.
I'd like to point out that today is actually National Cheese Pizza Day.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, September.
I don't get this whole like every day is
Why
like
does
a
cheese
national...
pizza get a day? Cheese
I don't
pizza's
know.
the most boring of pizza.
I mean, I like cheese
It'd
pizza,
be like
but
it'd be like making Michael Bolton Day. It's just bland and boring. Who the fuck wants that?
Well, tomorrow's National Coffee Ice Cream Day and National Read a Book Day. So
Yeah, this shit needs to stop, I think.
September 13th is Supernatural Day, is in the TV show Supernatural.
I was going to say the TV, or are we talking about like...
No, the TV show, because it's most excellent and deserves its own fucking day.
I would kind of prefer the latter, though.
I kind of like, actual Supernatural.
Like you just walk down the street and fucking demons pop up.
Ghosts.
Yeah,
Listen,
like Halloween, but more serious.
Listen, I don't carry enough salt or wrought iron on me to deal with something like that.
It's only a day. I kind of like that. Life or death fucking Halloween.
Yeah.
All right, I mean...
It's kind of like Halloween meets The Purge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, see, here's the thing. That'd be a great movie.
It would be more interesting
It's
than
an original idea.
You guys
And
make
it's better than Sharknado.
you guys make a video podcast. Let's do this.
That means that it wouldn't do well as a movie because it's an original idea.
It's good. It's not a remake.
We can call it Purge. No, I can't combine those words. Never mind. I'm just gonna stop talking. Purgeween.
Purgeween. That's where you're going.
Purgeween NATO. The fourth.
Oh, Purgeween almost sounds like a porn movie.
Purge your ween.
Get back on that fucking burnt sienna Pornhub and find out.
Type that in, let us know what comes up.
Burnt sienna.
I think that might have actually been the first time anybody's actually gone on Pornhub live on the air on this show.
Oddly enough, I'm not going to pretend like I don't look at porn. I've never actually been on Pornhub before.
Really?
Right now, when I look that up.
How'd you like the format?
See, I go underground. Like I don't like the mainstream. I go underground for.
So he actually goes on like torrent sites and looks up stuff.
XNXX.com.
Unfortunately,
No
we don't
comment.
have visual here, but he
No
didn't
comment.
deny it.
LimeWire downloads for like 1 minute every.
Does LimeWire still exist?
I hope
Yeah.
it doesn't.
If it did and you're
It
downloading
does the,
porn, not
it
only
does
does
the
your computer
website.
get a
The
virus, but you
program
get
is
one
no
as well.
longer,
Okay,
but
I
it's
figured.
still a website.
All right.
Because it was
LimeWire torrents.
literally cancer for your computer.
I
Yeah.
have a Mac, so it's kind of, I don't fucking know. It
man.
doesn't, it's just fucking incompatible with everything, including viruses. Macs are wonderful. They're not compatible with a fucking thing, including viruses.
Well,
Terrific. Thanks,
it's
Apple.
one benefit.
Thanks, Apple.
One benefit, just one.
I've never had.
I mean, by that logic, you might as well just buy a Chromebook.
Oh.
My wife has a Chromebook. She loves that
They're
thing.
not that bad, man.
Yeah.
Dig up Steve Jobs and punch him in the face.
Yeah, fuck that guy for real.
Yeah. Next episode, we dig up Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Punch him in the face.
Echo, add a shovel to dig up Steve Jobs' corpse to my shopping list.
I've put shovel dig up Steve Jobs' corpse on your shopping list.
Nice.
Terrific.
Echo.
And right there it is. Hey, oh, that's great.
Echo.
Thank you.
You might not be the first to make that request.
Echo, add blonde wig for Steve Jobs' corpse to my shopping list.
I've put blonde with for Steve Jobs' corpse on your shopping list.
Echo, add replacement corpse to put in Steve Jobs' corpse.
casket.
I
on my
added
shopping
replacement
list.
corks to put in Steve's to your shopping list.
Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
finishing that for me.
I'm trying to help out here. I want to throw in the assist.
My problem is I make myself laugh too much. Is really.
But this is just glorious. And then the episode after that, we try and figure out how to post bail.
Yes.
I hope I don't get arrested for digging up Steve Jobs, because he's a dick. Doesn't everybody? He's a dick.
I kind of took that away from, I saw the movie with Ashton Kutcher, and I know
That was your first mistake.
I know there's 3 others about him, but I saw that and I'm like, yeah, kind of a dick.
He's a fucking asshole, yeah.
Kind of like a Social Network. It's like, yeah, Facebook dude, kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever heard Zuckerberg talk, he sounds like a robot.
He does.
He's an Android, yeah.
I truly believe that
Android or iOS.
Oh, yeah,
Because
good point.
either way, the All WNY app would be available.
He's actually Linux based, which nothing is available.
Oh, it's not Ubuntu?
No, compatible with anything.
He's only compatible with the old school Blackberries.
That's it.
Oh,
That's it.
We were talking about those earlier. I missed my BlackBerry.
So, Lady Laura, there you go. Steve Jobs is compatible with your phone.
Oh. Don't tempt her now. I love you, Laura. You're still listening. I know you're listening because you always listen.
Right.
Just 7 minutes ago, she told me to wear an All WNY Corey shirt.
Why isn't Laura Moore
Have
here?
I made shirts?
Where's Laura Moore?
Somewhere across
You have not made
Across
shirts.
the
I think we
pond.
discussed you making shirts on
man.
Twitter.
Lady Laura Moore, you can find Exum Priory in Fireworks, Hard Rock, and Metal Magazine out on stands September 15th.
Ooh.
Feel free to mock us online. Go right ahead.
What?
Acoustic Folk Magazine with
That
XM Priory.
magazine we're going to be in the UK.
We got a few bands that are getting breaks in the UK. The Abrupters are on a
We're big
magazine
at-
up there.
They're great.
We're known in
PA Line
Germany.
just did a European tour, I think. I saw some pictures of
Yeah,
them
well,
doing that.
they're
My
They're all over the
understanding
place.
Is that, the European market is just so much more involved in the local underground music scene.
Oh, absolutely.
Than anything that would happen over here.
Oh, yeah.
If
No,
you
those
are in
people
the-
eat up their original music.
If you are in the UK, pick up Do the Dog Music, issue number 91, which features the Abrupters on the cover.
Dog?
Cool. But you
All
know what?
right.
Do the Dog sounds like a completely different magazine.
Sure does, but that's what they've...
I feel like that's something you would find on one of the categories of Pornhub.
Yes.
Brian? Yeah.
To Pornhub.
It's verified.
It's got legs and stands.
It tracks.
It tracks.
It tracks.
Totally does. Oh my God, we have 8 more minutes to fill.
No, we've got 3 more minutes to fill because we got a 5-minute song to close out on.
Awesome. Awesome. What can we
Sweet.
talk about for 3 minutes, guys?
It's a 3-minute drill.
3-minute drill.
What would the Bills do?
Are we going to talk about what we're doing with this?
Run the exact
Now that Scott's
same
not
play
here?
over
Yes,
again.
we would do the same play.
With the...
Does Scott have to announce that?
Yeah, the Falcons.
Scott left us here.
he did.
So, I mean, theoretically, we could just keep running this show until he gets here. If we
This is
wanted
true.
All right, guys, I'm Scott Leffler, and
All right, guys.
I got nothing.
To. Oh, you got the voice.
Hi, guys, I'm Scott Leffler.
What was there, you little bastards?
Welcome to
Pee Wee
Overston, New York.
Hey, guys. The All WNY Awards are coming up, and they're going to be available September 8th to September 21th. Yay!
He's going to walk in right now.
You're from the Jim Henson Company trying to steal all of our fucking money. You little sons of
Well,
bitches.
here's the kicker is because we don't have access to Scott's computer, we have to wait till he gets back to actually get off the air.
Oh my God.
So we are actually stuck on the air
guys are stuck with
until
us.
Scott gets back.
Yeah, fuck you, 6 listeners. You're stuck with us.
We are stuck on the air until Scott. I did not even think about it until Scott gets back. We're stuck on the air.
Oh, and with that being said, then I have to go pee so bad.
I actually do too. I was waiting
I
for the
really
next
wish
break.
we had a microphone long enough. I'd just bring it along with
Right
me.
to the bathroom.
If you want to hear me peeing, you can catch clips of it on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast. Because I keep my wireless mic on, and Dennis decided to keep rolling.
That's what Corey does, man. Recording on your phone.
Yes.
Right. Exactly.
Hands free.
So yes, we've been we're actually stuck on the air until Scott gets back from Buffalo.
We're trapped.
Indeterminate
He wants to pick
Buffalo?
up.
He's picking up.
He went to go pick somebody up in Buffalo, and he's gonna come back. So.
Yeah, he left like 20 minutes ago.
I thought he went
So
outside. I thought he was having a cigarette.
No.
Welcome to a special extended edition of the ThinkSoJoe Show.
We are taking over the allwny.com feed.
We are going to play the last song as scheduled, and then we will fucking go from there, I guess. What else are we going to do?
I'm going to go take peeps, so you guys can figure out what we're doing when we get back.
He's following Nick to the bathroom.
Just 20 minutes.
Start your timer now.
The secret is you wait 30 seconds for the first person, and then no one knows that you're up to shenanigans.
Right. So start your timer now and time when they get back. Okay.
At 30 seconds, he's prepping himself.
Meanwhile, you can catch The Missing Worker this Sunday with Settlement and Mindy Davy at Stamps the Bar, 98 Main Street in Tonawanda. Doors open at 5 o'clock, and the show starts at 6, ends at 9, so you get to go home and relax and maybe watch some Sunday night football.
It's actually kind of nice.
That sounds like a wonderful night to me, except the Niners are playing the exact same time that the show's going on.
Even fuck watching the game, but like a nice early ending to a show.
Oh, yeah, no, it'll be nice to actually get home. Well, Nick's back.
I am back.
All right, so they must have they probably passed each other on the way at least. I don't. All right, so this is a song from The Missing Worker. It's called Theseus. You can get this on their SoundCloud, as a matter of fact. Here it is on the ThinkSoJoe Show, All WNY.
When I came to, I found I had survived. The thunder crashes, the wind cuts like a knife. These waves assault, and I remain cast away. This broken ship won't live to last another day. If what remains is true, no more demon in disguise. Hold fast, hold strong, my sails cast to the sky. Semi-ship, what's become of me now? When what's such a trip? Original's gone, the wood has been stripped. Beginning again, forever rebuild. Semi-ship, what's become of me now? When what's such a trip? Original's gone, the wood has been stripped. Beginning again, forever rebuild. Calm seas make poor sailors pray for darker weather. Curse these ties that bind us, time to jail the jailers. Calm seas make poor sailors pray for darker weather. Curse these gods and devils riding this wave to the end. Pushed by the wind, midnight sailing through the storm, I still persist. Each morning a chance to be reborn. What is life but striving and struggle against angry seas? What more meaning and valor could there be than to cast the sail away and learn to fly? Theseus and my ship. What's become of me now, and what's left to drip? Original's gone, the wood has been stripped. Beginning again, forever rebuild. Am I Theseus, am I ship? What's become of me now, and what's left to drip? Original's gone, the wood has been stripped. Beginning again, forever rebuild.
Overtime. This is sudden death, Nick. Sudden death.
All right, so are we on?
We're on. Go ahead.
We're live. Great. So, you know what, Ryan, you brought up an interesting point earlier, talking about social media, how, you know, you don't really know people, but you're friends on there.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, this past weekend, something actually fairly interesting happened to me on social media. So, to paint a picture, Friday night, about 11:30 in the evening. You know, nobody in their right mind should be messaging me at that point unless it's like a fucking emergency, right? So...
You should have been sleeping.
I should have been, but I'm never sleeping at that time. If I'm asleep at 11:30, I've been drinking since 8 o'clock in the morning.
So you go to bed at 11:30 often?
Yeah, kinda, you're right. Anyway, yeah, more often than somebody should. Thank you, Dan. But I get a message asking me about my parents. Very random, nobody that I'm friends with on Facebook. It's like one of those message request things. And usually I deny those because they're typically porn bots and whatnot. You know.
Those are robots? You mean sexy college girls don't want to strip for me live in front of cameras?
They may. I can't confirm nor deny this. They may.
All right.
I'm not familiar with the sexy college girls that want to strip for you. I know the ones that request me are porn bots. That's for sure.
I'm just going to imagine mine are just inflating my self-worth. So we'll just go with that.
There you go. But anyway, I get this random message, and because of the question that was proposed, I was intrigued. So I actually responded, and I said, yes, my parents are John and Carol. Well, the guy that's messaging me lives in Atlanta, Georgia, ironically very close to my brother who lives down there. Dan, you remember Dr. Otter from Season 1?
Dr. Otter.
Dan's munching down on pizza right now. He's stroking his beard luxuriously. I'm very jealous that he has that beard, by the way.
Only one of those things is true.
He's not munching down on pizza at all.
My staff is
stroking
here.
the beard.
If anyone wants to come. Does anyone want to come and greet my staff?
My staff is in my lap.
I have a small staff, but I still have a staff. And they need tending to.
But anyway, so turns out this guy is my cousin. He went through one of those companies where you can pay, and they use birth records and DNA to build a family tree for you.
Ancestry.com.
Right, and he started reaching out to a lot of family members that he was never in contact with, and it's a side of my family that I'm not familiar with at all. Like my mother's mother's side of the family, no clue. I know they're from Pennsylvania, coal miners, that's about it.
Big shocker, Pennsylvania.
Right, that's about all I fucking know. So this guy and I are talking, and I start finding out there's a ton of fucking people in my family I didn't know about, Allentown, PA area, and all up and down the coast, some of which are musicians. One gentleman, by the name of, as I scroll through my Facebook Messenger, because I'm still learning names, Jonathan Hodges, who lives in Philadelphia, PA, has been in several bands, one of which he said was named Turmoil. I guess they used to play a lot of shows around here, like heavy metal, like the grindcore type of stuff from what I've gathered. But he's currently in a band called Lord Crow. I was kind of intrigued. I took a look, and actually, hang on, let me use my smartphone to pull up their Facebook, because their description made me laugh. It was very similar to Exum Priory's, where it's just very irreverent and really doesn't have anything to do with music whatsoever.
That's how it should be.
Oh, yeah. As someone who books shows, I really like it when people do that.
You gotta be original.
So let's see. Hang on.
Is your location listed as wherever we are right now? Because that's just a riot.
It isn't. I'm going to have to work on that, actually.
On tour.
So let's see. Now, the About. They actually do reference a little bit of music in here, so I'm a little let down. Usually I like more irreverent descriptions, but riff-heavy power trio from Philadelphia. Period. No space.
I like it already.
Members of Turmoil, Bargus, and King Slender. All right, now I'm intrigued about the other bands. I don't know anything about them.
King Slender sounds like it might be kind of
good
interesting.
name.
Right,
Yeah.
that is a good name. For fans of greasy pork sandwich served in a dirty ashtray.
Oh, dear.
I don't know how to take that. Gentlemen?
I like greasy pork sandwiches.
Right, that sounds awesome. But in a dirty ashtray?
If it were covered in ash. Might make it a
Right,
little
I
bitter.
don't know how to take that, but I'm now personal interests. Here we go. Vans, wizards, vans with wizards on them, riffs, denim, leather, vintage guitars, vintage drums, amplifiers, sword and sorcery films.
Wow.
That's a very broad yet direct type of interests.
They really got, they covered the full fucking gamut of...
They do, the full
amazing
spectrum.
interest.
Right, the full spectrum. I feel like there should be a picture of a guy, wielding an axe with a full
An actual
body
axe, yes.
armor suit,
Yes.
out on the field, bodies strewn about him.
Wearing denim and leather at the same time.
Exactly. Corey, see, you get it. You've got that ability to have that mental image.
A electric guitar with a denim finish and a sticker of a wizard on the front of it.
Nice. Now, or we could go the
Magic.
other route. We could go the Kiss route, and it could be a X-shaped guitar
Oh, God.
that's also denim and has the stickers on it.
I feel like it would be so uncomfortable to play. I've seen guitars in crazy shapes like that.
Yeah, me too. And
It can't be comfortable.
no, I remember, I can't remember the name of the company, but there was a company that had, it was a guitar shaped like a female devil.
All right.
Horribly uncomfortable. Did not feel good to play.
Exactly.
Very oddly weighted. You let go of this thing and it was just going.
Yeah, it'll just turn. Yeah.
Yeah. It was going. It was going to smack you in the face with a headstock. That was its whole game, is
Never
what I'm going
understood
for. But I've seen very large amount of odd-shaped guitars.
It hurts to look good, though.
It does,
to look
yeah.
good, it's got to hurt.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, do you think Kiss's makeup is comfortable?
Oh, yeah.
No, God, no.
Fucking
I've
right.
Sweating under the house lights.
been in bands
gotta-
where we've worn full-on, war paint.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course,
no,
yeah.
it's
Fuck yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Black metal.
Art takes pain.
You can't, you've been on stage.
Yes.
You get,
Too much.
Under those lights, you fucking sweat nuts. And
Dude, I don't even go on stage without sunglasses anymore. That's how
Yeah, 'cause
bad the
you're
stage lights are.
the whole
good
time
idea.
you're just because
I never
the
thought about
lights,
doing
there's sweat pouring in your eyes. In the makeup, you can't even do the wipe because you're just wiping makeup into your eyeball.
Oh, that sounds so awful.
It's horribly painful. Now, as Joe is wandering back over towards you on your computer, Joe.
Sure.
I mean, I brought up my cousin's band, Lord Crow.
Sure.
They have Bandcamp, and
Okay.
I know your computer over there, as I do like the
Modern
international
technology.
motion for type on your keyboard. I'm sorry, I'm such a dick.
Universal.
I might need Lady Laura Moore's permission because she's trying to sleep.
Lady Laura Moore, I don't care. Wake up. It's the UK.
Right,
You guys
isn't it,
party all night.
oh,
I've
no,
been
it's
to
like,
Manchester. I know what you fucking Brits are all about.
It's like 1 in the morning.
What's the band name, Nick?
Lord Crow.
CROW?
Yes. At least that's
Lord
how
Crow.
I know how to spell crow.
Sure. You know, I think the lesson I've learned from all this is that if you are a porn bot and you want to get into Nick's messaging, the first question should be, who are your parents?
Yes.
And then later it will be, you know, your mom probably wanted you to see me stripping in front of this camera.
I mean, that's...
I have a whole marketing scheme here, I think. This is what all WNY is going to turn into, is porn bots.
But,
hey, the struggle is real is here.
Man from Philadelphia, PA, Lord Crow.
We'll pick we'll pick a long song. Why not? We'll pick Black Blood of the Earth. How's that one sound to you, Nick?
That sounds good to me.
All right, here it is. This is Nick's brother's band.
Cousin
Cousin from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They're called Lord Crow, and this song called Black Blood of the Earth on All WNY Radio. We're stuck here. We'll be back any second now.
We're literally just filling time.
There it is. And just randomly wanders in with a big ass chair.
It's almost more of a throne than a chair, really.
Pretty much.
You've got Carl Winslow, Nick. You got Ryan over there. You got Corey. There's Dan. Ryan's very little staff. We were talking about this. Very little staff in his lap or out of his lap. I don't know.
It might become a bigger staff later, but right now it's a small staff.
I see it to be very. Hang on, let me shake my magic 8-ball, and it's saying it's very unlikely. Very unlikely. And we've got ThinkSoJoe, in case you forgot whose show this actually was, but we've all taken over.
And don't forget, guys, you have me, Scott Leffler.
That's fucking right.
Oh, God, I did a fucking Muppet impression of Leffler and my mic was off. I'm not doing it again. The moment's gone.
It's all
God
right.
damn it.
Listen, Ryan, we completely appreciate it.
on.
It's okay. You speak loud enough, one of the microphones is going to pick you up. I don't fucking... Carl, get the fuck away from the microphone. God damn it. So, recently on the Nick and Dan Show, since we're on overtime right now...
Sudden death.
Lady Laura Moore is like begging us on Twitter to end the show, but we can't.
Tell her no. Wait.
She knows she can just turn it off, right?
Yeah,
I mean, no, she can't.
You can't turn it off. You must listen all the time.
Should we just, like, sing her to sleep? Like, we've got all these mics. I almost felt like a doo-wop group with, like, 4 guys all with mics in their hands.
Whoa.
The Temptations.
Oh,
the longest.
Oh, the longest time. Oh, wait, no, we might get Scott in trouble for that one.
Oh, yeah.
It was less than 30 seconds. We're good.
It was.
We're good.
That wasn't really music. That was the howling of awful beasts.
That's right. Howling of awful beasts. But recently we had Drew from the Long Cold Dark on. And first of all, what an awesome interview. If you didn't get the chance to check it out, go back a couple episodes in the Nick and Dan Show podcast. Check out Drew. It's titled The Long Cold Dark. Excellent interview. Great music that they put out. I know that Joe is a big fan of The Long Cold Dark.
I actually got to hang out with those guys and ride up to Rhode Island.
That's pretty awesome. Now, how many songs did you get through on the way to Rhode Island?
I think maybe 3.
I was going to say 3, maybe starting into the intro of 4 of them. Possibly.
I was just mesmerized the whole time by Drew sitting there playing Zelda on his Switch the entire trip.
All right.
Yeah. You can take that thing right with you on the road?
Yeah.
That's great. I've never seen one.
The Switch? Yeah, the Switch is handheld, man.
I'm not a Nintendo person.
Last thing I got was the N64, so that's...
Oh, that's a classic.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. I got the
Great
Wii U,
console.
and it was a fucking waste of money.
Yeah.
Oh, all the Wii garbage.
And actually, like, all the hardware was good. There weren't any games to play on it.
Right.
You had
It was
Mario
almost
Kart.
like the Sega Dreamcast. Great
Yeah.
concept.
Oh,
no games.
What a classic. Hell yeah.
Right.
Shenmue? Come on, brother.
But no games whatsoever.
Crazy Taxi? Yeah. There's a few.
Oh. But, Joe, I believe you got some more music queued up for us.
Yeah, so we can just go back to hanging out and doing nothing. We're going to play.
Want to talk to you guys.
Fuck
Yeah. We were expected to be off the air 20 minutes ago, but we're going to take up the next 9 minutes and 3 seconds with The Long Cold Dark.
24 hours of The Long Cold Dark.
And
Like 8 songs.
This song called Obelisk on All WNY, the ThinkSoJoe Show. Okay, we're back and we're going away now. Scott finally came back and realized he has to click the button to get us off the air.
Yay.
So, Laura, you can go to sleep now. We'll see you next week on the ThinkSoJoe Show.
Bye.